On July 22, 2019, police in Athens, Clarke, Georgia were called to an apartment complex where there were reports of gunfire. When officers arrived, they learned that 24-year-old mother-to-be, Oriole Calloway, had been shot and was barely clinging to life. Neighbors and police do everything they can to help Oriole and her unborn child as they wait for an ambulance to arrive.
Get out of the way!
This lady is shot.
All right.
She need an ambulance. She is shot.
Hey folks, make room, make room. Give us a little bit of space, all right? Make room. Folks, give us space, give us space. Space, space, space.
Where the babies at?
We got medical coming out here, we need space.
All right, stay back, please, stay back.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, we need some space, okay? They got one, buddy.
Give me
They're coming! They're coming! You need to calm down! You need to calm down! Right here, right here, right here! Hey y'all, move out the way, move out the way!
Margin up and down. Back. Give us some room. Hey, keep us clear. We're gonna have to scoop and go.
This might be the scene. Got a bat there. I got a bat over here. She was already up here when we got here. Okay. Everybody stay. Stay. Oh, get your phone. Crime scene tape.
Yeah, my crime scene tape in the car.
All right, you want to get that? All right, where did this happen at?
Oh my God. Over here.
Over here?
Yeah.
All right. And then she ran over here, or she was brought over here?
I have no idea. Somebody picked her up.
Somebody picked her up. All right, where did it happen at?
Shot right here.
Okay. All right, I need everybody out of here, okay? Out of this scene. Hey, stay away. Hey, Sandra, I found the scene. They told me it's on the side of the building where the victim was laying. I found the scene. There's blood here. Right here. They told me she got shot right here. And then somebody picked her up, took her over there.
Give me crime scene tape. I want from that tree to the telephone pole. I want everybody out of it.
So,
Running.
where is sister at?
I was standing right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
And the gunshots came from where?
That way.
That way.
Yeah.
Okay. And then where was your sister at?
We was out running. We all got the
But
safety.
where was your sister at?
We all were right there.
Right there? Is that when the gunshots came off?
Yeah, we was standing right here.
Right here near this box?
In the street.
A street, okay. And then the gunshots came off. Where's the gunshots coming from?
That come from down that way. I don't know. I just hit by my feet and I kept running. I was standing in the road. It should be a bullet right there in the road.
Okay. And then she came here and fell down, or who brought her here?
She fell right there.
Okay.
Everybody was running.
And then she was brought over here?
Yeah.
Okay. You have ID on you?
No.
All right. This is the sister. She's saying they were right here. The gunshots came from over here. So
I was told too, but I can't.
Whoa.
yeah.
Let me move.
After Oriole is rushed to hospital, police interview witnesses at the scene to learn what led up to the shooting.
All right, so what's with the fights earlier? Tell me about that.
We already told them about it.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
Okay, so
Because I'm the detective working the murder case.
let me tell you, because she do too much. She tell folks. So the girl that left walked down the street, and
And that girl was who that left?
Her name is Tamara.
Tamara. Okay, Cooper. So is she y'all's friend, or she one that you're having problems? Your cousin.
And she was out here. She walked down there. The girl said she wanted to fight. They walked up there. The girl ran up on her. They got to fighting. Then another girl jumped in. So then my sister jumped in. And then a grown lady jumped on her. And then
Jumped on her?
her.
Okay. Do you know who jumped on her?
Yes, Neosha Calhoun.
What is it?
Neosha.
Neosha Calhoun.
Her real name. Neosha Calhoun.
And she jumped on her because of whatever words y'all were having.
Yeah.
But she had no right.
Teenager fight. They 15 and 16.
Okay, and then
You shouldn't even get this
then the other girl, I got to fight with her.
What other girl was that?
Her name is Nadia.
Nadia. Is that a Calhoun as well?
Yeah. I think
Is that her daughter?
No, that's her sister.
Sister. Okay.
And after that, they had came back outside and they stopped us right in the area up there. They got to fight again.
That area up there, you mean kind of where all the lights are and everything, or beyond that? Where the people with the flashlights are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they got to fight up right there. And then after that, it was over with. We came
Apparently
home.
not.
Huh?
Apparently not.
We came home.
She talking about the fighting part.
And
So the physical fight was over.
Yeah.
But whenever these grown folk had getting their guns and stuff out, they didn't have nothing to do with us. Period. We don't own guns. We don't carry now, and we don't touch no guns. So whatever the gunshot fires and stuff, that's on whoever was shooting. We ain't got nothing to do with it.
So we came back down. The police came down here talking to us.
Okay.
Then, they came from up there talking to them first, so they had called the police, and they came down here talking to us, and then they was like, stay in the house.
So it was the Calhouns that jumped you.
No, it was not.
And
It was not England.
Okay. Tamara, and who was the other girl that you said that
The grown lady jumped on her.
Her. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were pointing to her. So So you got jumped on, and Tamara by the Calhouns. And who else? And you.
And me.
Okay. And you got jumped on by
The Calhouns.
by the Calhouns, and Tamara was a Cooper,
Yeah.
and then you guys are Taylors.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's a Jones.
Okay.
So then we came back down here, and the police was asking us what happened and told us to stay in the house. So my mom sent us in the house. We stayed in the house. And then that's when they came back with a lot of group of people. Grown people. And they was yelling in the middle of the road.
And when you say they came back, where did they come to?
They came right there.
Back in that same area. So
they came down here, and then they walked back up there. The police walked them back up there.
Okay.
And then they came standing right there, hollering from up there to down here.
After the police left us.
Yeah.
And then who they got to fight with, she was standing in the middle of the road, telling them she wanted to win. And then that's when the gun went off. And then when the gun started,
Who had the
from
gun?
up that way.
We don't know.
Okay, so you never saw who fired the shot.
The gun fired from up that way.
What are you hearing as far as who fired the shot?
Huh? I don't know.
We don't know who fired the gun. After that, we ran in the house. It was so many fired, whatever.
Okay. And so where is Tamara?
She's at home.
Where does Tamara live at?
We don't know. I don't know the address, but her mama
By the block.
By the block. So Tamara Cooper lives by. Does she have any other family members out here?
No.
Tamara have a phone number in one of y'all's phones?
Her phone is off.
Okay.
We don't know her mom number.
We don't know.
Okay.
She only texts us home.
What's her Facebook page?
Yeah, she goes to school.
What's her Facebook page?
Yeah, she go to school.
What Facebook?
Who?
Her mom.
I don't know her Facebook. I don't know her mom's Facebook. We found dead. I don't know folks.
Love by heart.
Okay, and y'all both use that phone?
Yep.
Okay. And do you have a phone? Okay. And you don't have a phone. You
I do
guys,
have a phone.
You do have a phone. Okay. All right. And you're saying Tamara doesn't have any family members out here?
Us.
Working my way down here.
Okay.
Y'all must be detectives.
Yes. Yeah, I'm Detective Black, robbery homicide.
Huh?
I'm Detective Black with Robbery Homicide, and this is Detective Davidson. All right. So when they came out,
they contacted the daughter on scene. Them folks, whoever was shooting, they was on their own. These kids had been stop fighting.
Yeah.
So I don't know
We ain't got nothing to do with what happened up there.
what they got going on.
We wasn't even
What
up
they
there. We heard that one gunshot.
Then everybody ran.
Everybody
And
ran.
then
That's when
heard
multiple came. And then,
automatic.
when the gun that be like, that keep going and it don't stop, we heard one of those. And that's when everybody started took off running.
did y'all see anyone who was shooting?
No.
Okay. Did y'all see the girl get shot?
No.
Okay.
They happened way up there.
Did y'all know Clarissa?
Who are they?
No one knows that person? And you said Tamara, she stays over near the block?
Huh?
But no one knows her phone number or her
Her
Facebook?
Her phone off, and we don't know her mama thing about my phone though.
It's her mom's Facebook that she uses?
Yeah. No, her mama uses her Facebook.
Okay. Is it under her name of Tamara Cooper?
Oh, okay.
Is it under her name of Tamara Cooper?
No, Tamara got a Facebook, but I don't know her mom by heart.
We don't know one knows Tamara's though either?
I think hers
Tamara
Cooper.
Cooper.
Just Tamara Cooper,
Yeah.
okay. And have y'all heard from any of them since the shooting?
No.
Okay. What did you guys do after the shooting started? Did y'all
We
run?
ran in the house.
We was in the house.
And when did you leave the house? When did you leave the house?
Oh,
We all started putting all these tapes on, and they
we
escorted
didn't
us back
leave
there.
the house. So we walked around there. The police escorted us around there.
Okay. Were y'all
That's
out
why we
front
right
when they
here.
came over and escorted you out or something? Were you sitting out front or?
No,
No, we was already in the house, but we
So
walked
okay.
around there and they escorted us around there.
Okay.
But that's why we right here. We're trying to get back in the house.
Okay. Y'all just sit tight for just a minute, okay? I'll be with you in just a second.
Hospital staff do everything they can to save Oriel and her unborn child's life, but they both pass away. Back at the apartment complex, investigators try to speak with all the members of the Cooper family, including Barbara Patman. Officers quickly discover that some members of the family don't want to cooperate with the investigation.
What they tell y'all when I ain't good? I ain't trying to be fun or nothing. What did they tell y'all when I ain't good?
I don't know. All I got was just come stand by here, and then you talking about your daughter. Does she have a name?
Yeah, she got a name.
Okay. You want to tell me, or?
These folks out here running their mouth, they can tell you. I ain't trying to
Okay.
be fun or nothing. Like I told you, I got a murder case to go to. I ain't trying to get involved with this murder case.
All right.
I do talk to 6 ladies, but ain't nothing I can do about it.
All right.
I ain't even got over my phone, girl.
Police learn that Barbara Patman's daughter is Clarissa Cooper, who multiple people reported being involved in the fight earlier in the day, and the shooting that killed Oriel. Questioning if Clarissa could have fired the bullet that killed Oriel, investigators request to search the family's vehicle. With Clarissa nowhere to be found, Barbara and her husband consent to the search.
Okay. Do you know what kind of gun she's got?
She got a 9mm.
A 9mm. You know what kind it is? The brand name, what it looks like?
Let me see what the name. It's a cheap brand name. Corsa. KOC, I think, the name of the gun.
Is it black? Is it
No,
silver?
it ain't black. It's it got tan on. She got tan on her gun. She bought it at Franklin Gun Shop.
Bought it at Franklin. You know when she bought it?
This year sometime. I think it's been like, I want to say 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay, it's not too long ago.
Ain't been in.
Is that the only gun that she
Yeah,
owns?
that's the only gun she owns.
Did she own another gun before she bought that one?
No.
Okay.
That's the first gun she ever owned. And she got license for it.
And what's your daughter's name?
Clarissa Cooper.
You know how to spell Kyresa?
Kiresa.
Now, obviously, this has been going on all night long. Did y'all see her yesterday?
Yeah, she was out here yesterday.
Can you tell me what was going on?
I don't know what was going on, but I don't go back there. I stay
just
up
what
here.
you might have heard.
I just heard it was early that evening about some kid got to fight. I heard it. I peeked over the railing. I can't see for this building.
Right.
You can just hear a lot of hollering and, you know, folks saying this and that. You know.
Right.
But you know, I don't go back there. I got back here about like, it was like about, I get about 7, a little after 7 when we pulled up out here. And then my sister came over here. And I told her, I said, let's walk back here and see what's going on. And me and her walked through this way. There's a group of folk was standing right here on these steps right here. There's a group of folk on the other side. Was a group of folks over there. Was a group of folk right there. There was a group of folks at the playground. That's what my daughter and her cousin, all them was at the playground. And we asked them what's going on. Her cousin.
Her cousin?
Yeah,
what's her cousin?
Y'all took one to the precinct this morning, Quack.
Quack. Okay. So they was out on the playground and what was going on?
And they were saying, when the first officer came from the children fight, the girl in the back, she called the police. And the police shot him for a while before they left out. But before they left, they begged the police officer to stay here. Because the girl said after the police leave, they were going to jump on her cousin now. That's all I know.
That's what Keosha was saying?
No, some more group of girls. I don't know. Some more group of girls, they said wanted to jump on them.
What was, so after police came out
it started
here,
from the kid fighting. It escalated how grown folk got in, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't back there.
yeah, that's kind of where I was going to go with my question. Once you went back there and then saw your daughter and Quack back there, and then at what point did she come in here and get her gun? Does she normally keep it with her?
With her at all times. She keep her going. And some of the officers, you know, she keep her going at all times with her.
It's John's keys, right?
Yeah, them all keep in the car.
Yeah, is her gun? You familiar with guns at all?
Mm-hmm.
You know how like when you're holding the gun, you got a magazine that goes in it. Is the magazine like flush, or does it stick out longer than the handle on the gun? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is her gun? Does it stick out longer like that?
She got a long one. Steno.
Extended magazine. Yes, ma'am.
Steno.
Did she get that at Franklin's also?
I don't know.
And what was your name, man?
Barbara Patman.
And you live here?
No, my daughter stay here. I just come over here and spend the night, wash clothes.
Has Patman got 1 T or 2 T's?
1 T.
Where do you stay at? What's your birthday? You got a phone number?
I can't get involved with you. You know I already got a case to go to.
Well, it doesn't sound like you've done anything wrong.
My daughter ain't got no business involved in nothing like this. She know what we got to face. I don't know why they put my daughter's name in there, because my daughter don't bother nobody out here. You know, she stayed to herself. She socialized with her cousin, Mike and Quack. You know, only 2 houses she'll go to.
Do you know where she's at now?
I don't know where she is.
Does she drive?
She drive, but she ain't got no car.
So there's no cars out here of hers?
No, she don't own no vehicle.
Only car she drives this one right here.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
David Cooper.
I'm sorry, David. Cooper?
What's the name?
Oh, it is?
Down.
Yeah, I got it in the car.
Let me down and give it to him.
Where do you stay at, Mr. Cooper?
145 Hickman Drive.
Same, okay. Is that your son?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Aki. A-K-I-I.
Last name?
Cooper.
What's his birthday?
Dave D. Oh,
Does he stay out of Hickman
he
Drive?
stay with us.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Now I understand the officer searched the car. Did they search the trunk of the car?
No. Nah.
Is there anything in the trunk of the car we need to know about?
Nothing but some clothes and shoes.
I'm talking about guns.
No. You can do it. Ain't no going back.
Have you got the keys?
We got our
Everything's electronic nowadays. Hey Schmidt, could one of y'all take care of checking this trunk? Were you over here last night, Mr. Cooper?
Yeah, I got here around about
Yeah, we all
Same
came
car, all from the
together.
same car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she was telling me about, I guess, some noise and some people arguing and fussing and all that. I went outside.
No, I was in the living room, right in front of another officer standing there. A gun went off. I guess had on, like you say, had on them long crimp. Anyway, they emptied and 2 cars. Before y'all got here, 2 cars. Her got out of here for the.
What kind of cars were they?
Oh, I know it's a Jeep, white Jeep, and a kind of little burgundy little car. I didn't get a chance to get the tag.
Like a Jeep Wrangler?
Like a Jeep Wrangler, even a Cherokee.
You know, like a Jeep Cherokee, kind of like an SUV.
Mm-hmm. It is an SUV. Yeah, but they got these empty gun, they crunk up, tuck all, went on.
In a burgundy car?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you said you talking about they had a gun, one in Law magazine.
No, that's where I heard the shot come from up there.
Okay.
I don't know if they shot or what.
Oh, okay,
you know.
so you didn't see, you just heard some shots?
Yeah.
You just saw the 2 cars?
Yeah, and I got back in the house.
After that happened, did you see Carissa again? She come back to the house?
Yeah, later on.
What time?
Police officers was him. They were standing out here on that car and talking to somebody, you know. I didn't get back up, you know.
And she was here then?
Out here in the parking lot.
Have you talked to her since last?
No,
Do you know where she's at now?
No.
You got any questions?
You
did talk to her?
I talked to her. She called me, and one of the girl at the hospital, she was out here. She didn't leave out here till late. But one of the girl's sister that got shot, she talked to her, Dree. Dree asked her what was going on. She said, Dree, you was out here. You know what was going on. She said, well, Riri, they said you shot. She said, I didn't shoot. She said, they shot the shoot. When I walked out the house, I heard the shooting from this, and that's the first shot I heard. But I was coming out the door.
Heard the shooting from, you said?
Up here from this end.
Those up there?
That's when the first shot come from this end.
What time did she call you? Did you talk to her? Missed you know?
I talked to her for a while. She said, I'm not coming. She could be good. I already done told me. 3D told her, well, some of them said, told that you had to go. I said, well, why are you worried about you got license? She said, Mom, I did not shoot that girl. I did not shoot up that way, period.
Right.
Where she at, I don't know.
Do you know what her phone number is? Barbara, y'all gonna stay here while we search this apartment?
You know how long it's gonna take?
Yeah, and unfortunately I don't have an answer for that because we'll have to search the whole apartment. But I'm gonna leave you with this copy right here. Y'all welcome to stay if you want to. And y'all welcome to leave.
So we gotta lock the doors and that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. You have to do the key deadbolt, or can we just turn the lock and pull the door shut?
You can't, ain't no turn on lock. You have to lock it from the outside.
Okay.
Come on, honey. Put that on the front seat.
You know whose baseball bats these are right here? Those are y'all's bats?
We play baseball.
So we already kept.
I got you. Okay. And if y'all leave, don't forget your dog.
I won't.
We can't leave. Everybody out here wanting, so we can't leave.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Break that dog up.
Okay. You gonna be out here by
Day shift guys come out early. I'm here for now. Yeah.
Okay. It's not too bad.
Oh, but a lot of reaching. We had a good time of hood, yeah, he was a good time there. I don't know, did they tell on my daughter because she told her going all the time around, what,
Right. Yeah, and I don't know. We're going to try to get to the bottom of it, okay?
But I know my dog didn't have nothing to do with that shooting. I know that for
like I was telling you earlier, I was sitting in the chair right there, heard him, before he gone, pistol went off. He had to probably have a long clip. I shot a long time. Got through shooting, and then I saw that Jeep and the other brown car took all out of him real fast.
It was a black Jeep.
Well, if y'all hear from me, y'all ask her to give me a phone call, please.
What's your number, honey? Leave me a card or something. I'll tell her to call you.
All right.
With Barbara Patman and several other witnesses in the apartment complex claiming the Calhoun family and their friends started shooting first, not the Coopers, police need to follow up on the lead. Investigators bring in everyone who they believe could have been tied to the Calhouns and been part of the shootout, all of whom were staying in the same apartment. When guns and illegal substances are found in the apartment, the owner is warned that he'll be held responsible unless someone else in the group starts talking.
Scoot down for me so I can address you guys as a whole. All you gotta do is slide down. Leaseholder. There you are. Alright guys, stolen guns in the house. Okay, those guns were likely used in that shooting. Alright, does anyone want to claim them? Does anyone want to step up? Does anyone want to reach down deep, find your balls, and man up? Because if not, you're fixing to screw this guy. Does anyone want to claim the guns? Okay, would you stand up and go with that officer there? He's going to put you in handcuffs.
Hold up. Y'all, I can't go no jail.
Go ahead and go with him real quick.
And
he's going to take you down the hallway. We'll get you squared away.
There was a lot of folks in the house.
No, there was not. There was you folks in the house. Because we had eyeballs on that house all night.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you.
I can't take no gun charge.
Well, you just did.
I got.
You're the leaseholder there. Your responsibility, as are the drugs, as are the guns.
What drugs?
The drugs and the guns. Or the drugs, the guns, and the cash.
What drug?
If you would just take them down to the right side.
Right side?
Yep.
Come on.
No, everything goes to you.
I can't take no drugs.
Now, other issue is, your cousin, right? She was your cousin? Was she related to any of y'all? Okay, this is a man moment here, guys, because here's the reality. They're going to say you guys killed her. That's just what it is. When I go to try to find the person who I think probably is responsible, they're going to come back and they're going to say all you assholes were shooting 70 frickin' rounds. 70 rounds, and none of you know shit about shit. His cousin is dead. Her 4-month-old fetus is dead. And guess who they're going to sit here and blame? You guys. Because you're shooting, and none of you is man enough to say, yes, we went out there and shot after they shot at us. None of you are willing to stand up and be a man and tell me what in the hell happened. And guess what? She's probably going to not be held responsible for killing his cousin and that 4-month-old baby. So I'm going to put it on you guys again. Does anyone want to step up and be a man today and tell me what in the hell happened? Because right now I got a room full of guys who want to act like they're a bunch of big bad fucking gangbangers who can't do a goddamn thing to stand up to be men when it counts. What do we want to do to here today, guys? His cousin is dead. Every one of you knew her. And she wasn't a bad person. No, she was an innocent bystander. But no one wants to tell me what happened. So what do you think is going to happen? They're going to say there were 70 rounds out there. She was shot in the side. You guys must have killed her. If you guys were shooting...
Who was on the side of her? Who was on the same side?
We got our DNA.
Well, here's the thing, guys. All y'all are saying, with the exception of one, I didn't know anyone. I was inside playing 2K. Now, I didn't know anyone got shot. I don't know how there's 70 rounds in front of my apartment.
That's a lot of folk.
And you, how many damn pictures you want to post of you with a gun before someone sits here and says, hey, maybe that gun might be yours? Dude, I've got about 15 pictures of you holding a Glock with a dick in it.
Pull it up, man.
Do you really want to play that game?
Pull it up, man.
You know good and well you got pictures.
I ain't got no pictures on, man.
Oh, yeah. We can all say there's no pictures. The reality, guys, that's just what they're going to say. They're going to say 70 rounds in front of the apartment y'all are in. 70.
I'm pretty sure somebody out there said
Guns. But no, that's the problem. Is you're pretty sure someone out there is going to say something, and everyone out there is saying nothing.
somebody gonna say something. Somebody gonna say something.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not on somebody. It's on y'all. Because I think y'all were in an apartment that had guns in it. Okay, we did recover guns out of the apartment that you guys were in. And no one wants to claim them. No, you can't say it. Hold on. You can't say there's a lot of folks in that apartment when the only folks that were in that apartment when it counted was you.
You act like we know it's guns and that.
Man, I ain't gonna tell you.
Like I'm finna tell you, bro, we your job, bro. You got
I am.
DNA. You gotta do what you gotta
Yeah.
do, bro.
So what's gonna happen when I run all y'all's DNA against the touch DNA on the guns?
What the hell finna you our DNA for if we know we shot a gun? Why the hell would we do that?
People do that all the time.
I ain't doing that.
So the question is, what happens if it comes back with y'all's DNA on any one of those guns?
You gonna do your job.
So what I'm asking you to do, hold on. What I'm asking y'all to do is if you guys know what happened, if you guys...
Don't nobody know a damn thing.
All right, would you stop cutting me off? Okay. Just stop. Are you going to let me talk?
There's 100 folks out there. Go pick them up.
Okay.
Like you said, you're watching the house.
You're saying there's 100 folks out there.
If you said you're watching the house, you should know
Okay.
what folk be in that house. Then come on.
Do you want to let me
You
talk?
said you're watching the house.
Do you want to let me talk?
I'm saying, bro, you trying to put that shit on there? Crazy. Like going for that shit.
Listen.
Definitely no murder.
Here's what I'm not talking about making a murder charge on you. I'm talking about trying to figure out. No, I said. Oh my God.
You talking about something? If that goes down, we gonna go for the murder of her.
That is not what I said.
What the hell you sitting outside with a bullet coming to?
Okay.
You sound crazy.
You're not listening. Instead of listening to half, listen to all. So here's the reality. They're gonna say, as a defense, that if there's 70 rounds in front of the place that you guys are all in, and guns inside the place that you guys are all in, and some of you have some shooting history.
So you
okay.
The guns y'all found.
Dude, are you seriously going to let me finish my statement, or are you going to? All right.
Come on now.
There's no point in having a conversation, I think, with you. I think there's a couple of you over here that are probably listening. So here's the reality. It's a defense that they can claim. If you guys fired in retaliation after she was hit, then you need to tell me.
You wanna know how I know you sound crazy as hell? If you look at the apartment and where y'all got her body at, with the blood, that shit don't even add up.
Where we was at.
Like, come on, bro.
It does add up.
Right there where they, how the hell they hit her?
Somebody dragged her body over there too. Where the shit was, bro. You got a whole puddle of blood on the side of the goddamn building, bro.
Okay.
Do y'all job, bro. Before y'all even just say something, bro.
All right, let's bring it down a little bit. How does it make sense? Okay, I'm going to tell you. You guys are at the 160 building, right? She's standing at the edge of the 160, right? You guys are at 160. She's over here at the edge of 160. Well, she's shot in the side.
She shot in the side?
Yes.
She got hit right there.
Well, you guys heard. I know because I've seen. She's shot in the side. Then it's a reasonable argument that shot could have been coming from the apartment you guys were all in.
She said 70 shots.
You guys had 70 rounds out there. Okay. Between 160, number 3, there were 70 shells. But you guys don't know anything about what happened with those 70 shells. Okay. Well, listen, I've made my plea for you guys to explain to me what happened, to explain to me why there's 70 rounds. You guys clearly do not want to explain to me what happened.
finna shoot
Sure.
out of this shit, go for it.
Aliens could have done it.
Shit, probably so.
Okay.
Yeah, what you got to find out?
All right. Appreciate your time today, gentlemen. Here 1 second, we're going to arrange getting you guys out of here. You guys already got rides? All right. Give me 1 second, okay? I got one last thing. Just give me 1 second, okay?
After the owner of the home is booked, please speak with him and his associate about any information they might have that could help solve Oriel's murder.
I told you I found something out, I was gonna come back dead, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that money. That money was not who I said it was. That's my sister. When he moved that money from where it used to be at, and that's her money.
I got every check stub.
She got check stubs and everything to show. Like,
I don't know what to show you with all you
I said I gotta go back and talk to my investigator. He told me if I find out anything to come back and tell him, and this is what I'm gonna do.
I was telling him to hold my money.
I said, I did not know your money was back there, baby. I said,
I ain't been there. See, I just went there to the room and found out all this shit happened. And I said, where the hell my money?
All right, so where we're going to run into issues is that money was sitting with some cocaine and some stolen guns. So you know how that ends up appearing to us.
But what if I wasn't there? What if they went back there and put it? Because you can get the value. I was at the house. I don't know what the hell went on while I was there. I don't know what went on.
For that reason.
So he put the money, he got to put all this shit. Why did he do this? Now they're finna mark that as drug money and they ain't gonna be able to get none of this.
Well, and that's the thing is these guys don't care about y'all.
That's what I'm saying. He already told me.
I was at house and I didn't give a fuck about none of
Because he was sitting right there when I said to all of them, look, here's the reality. If no one wants to claim these guns, it's going to be on him. And they all sat there and said...
When I told her I'll be there.
How did they even get better in their room? Like, what's up? Like, do you know who? Shit, you get back there, went back there,
Then I told him, I said, when he did these fingerprints, I said...
I want to know.
So here, I mean, here's those guys
I
are not...
there, and I want to know, why would you go do some shit like that, and why would you take your shit and put it back there with my shit, and like...
It's like somebody said, who put something in a fucking...
Don't you know I just bought them fucking cereals?
Those are all questions for those guys.
I just bought them damn cereals.
I didn't see. I didn't do the search. I was over here.
I got a receipt for no cereal too. I got a receipt for everything that you need and you want because I just bought half this shit now. I'm trying to move.
The only guys that can really answer those questions are those guys out there who all don't want to say anything.
They ain't got to because I'm gonna come to you. They ain't got to say nothing because I'm gonna come to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you too because I need my shit.
Yeah.
They finna come up out this money. I don't give a fuck. I told them I will show you my check.
I love this man so much right here.
I put up money every fucking week just so I can get by.
I need your job.
Just so I can get by. I was trying to move. I'm finna move.
She trying to move.
I don't understand. I be out there. I've been somewhere homeless and he been helping me. That was my sister. See, I be out there every day. Uncle stay around the corner, so I come and...
That's what I was telling me about.
I do 2 things out there.
Unfortunately, they've got it tied up at this point in a homicide with stolen weapons and
They gonna get the money. You ain't gotta give it. Somebody gonna give it.
Well,
what we have to do about getting the money back where it won't, it'll be a hard
That's
process.
money now. It's okay.
It's drug money, so it ain't even.
I'm finna figure out this shit. Get out of here, let you go.
Yeah,
I done forget my goddamn
the
money.
county could file to seize it, based off the fact that there's stolen guns there, there's drugs there, and it's cash currency sitting there. They could file for a seizure or forfeiture on it. You have to talk to these guys. I mean, that's the thing is I'll tell you, unless one of them steps up and says, "Yeah, I took that."
I just didn't know who went in that back bedroom. You know what? I just want to know who in that back bedroom right there.
No one can tell me who went where and did what.
I don't figure this shit out myself because I don't play like that. I gave everything.
When I said when we figured this stuff out, you wanted to come back and tell you what we done came up with.
Yeah. I got to take the number already. I got
your number. I even took it out my pocket.
I don't have your number. I was talking to the detective at the hospital because I was talking.
I'm gonna sleep with this card like it's a credit card.
Yeah.
you find something out, you let me know.
I am, because I want her to get her money back, because that ain't right. I thought it was.
You don't believe me, watch.
Yeah, it ain't snitching, it's telling when it's the right way. We trying to keep our home free.
Cleaning up your community.
Exactly.
You know how much money I make for my shit.
But Monster Black, I will call you. You got my number and I got yours. If you hear something you think, you just call me and I'll tell you what I know. We'll put this stuff together.
All right. Thanks.
One of the residents of the apartment complex, Ivy Dunn, comes forward with information about how the shooting unfolded.
I'll just go ahead. Because if there's two people, then if you want to turn the bit, I'll just sit right here. Okay. Hey, sweetie, what is your first name?
Ivy.
Ivy?
Ivy Y.
Ivy Y?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
D-U-N-E.
Okay. All right. What's your birthday? Okay. And which address do you live at?
154 Carriage Court.
Alright, so that's in the 5 building? Is that how it works? Okay, I'm a West Side officer, so I'm trying to learn anew. What is your phone number? Alright, so I guess first things first, where do you want to start telling the story? Because I know that there were some girls arguing all day.
Yeah,
I know.
all day.
Okay.
And the group of girl that went, so what's the bad? Jumped on the girl one time, and then they called 2 more other girls over there, and the groupies went back there and went back there where the girls stayed and fought the girls some more. And after that, all that day, how they rowdy and was talking junk and all this and that. And the girl, Carissa, she walked around with the gun on her all the time.
Okay, so
Throughout the neighborhood, she walked around with the gun on her all the time.
so Carissa, okay.
It's Carissa, I think. And this lady right here, she was there. Her daughter was fighting with the Coopers. I think they jumped on her daughter, or her daughter was down there was with the girl when they was fighting. Because I seen her out there. This lady right here, who said she did it. Her daughter hangs with, I think, the little cousin or something like that, with Carissa Cooper's cousin.
Would you look at that? Yeah, well. Would you look at that? Yeah, oh, go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Rick, I'm in an interview. What you got? I got 6 and I think 7. Yeah. Thanks. Alright, so she had daughters fighting. And
I think her daughter was involved with the fight she was with the Cooper girl, if I'm not mistaken, because I seen her, she was walking on the side, where my partner is at the end, she was walking on the side right there. I think, yeah, that's her. But her daughter was with them little girls.
So she witnessed it too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She witnessed it. She was there. Her.
R-A-I-O-R-D. I got it spelled right. Okay. And
Okay, so you were
standing on the stairs, and the rest of the people, she had the gun. She was holding the gun on her side, on her side like that with it in her hand. You could see it.
just.
Anything.
All right, let me see. You were standing. Where did you say you were standing? By your building?
On the stairs. No, I was standing on the stairs, like towards the middle of the road, right there.
Now, was this on the stairs near where?
It's 2 stairs. Where a side of the building where
she got
shot at, not those stairs, but it's the other stairs right there.
Okay.
Like,
stairs next to the stairs where the victim was shot. Okay, describe the gun that Carissa had.
well, the gun that I've been seeing her with, it be on her side. It had the gun that she told with is a black handle. I don't know what kind it is, but I know it's black.
Okay.
It have a black handle because it been hanging out her clothes.
Okay.
And she walked for you to see it.
So, when you said you saw her standing there with the gun by her side, where you had pointed to where she was standing in the street, what was she saying?
She was fucking telling them to come down there to my when I shoot, I'ma aim.
Okay.
And she was saying a whole bunch of stuff. Some people down there, they had them flipping tasers and everything, but something didn't have nothing to do with that mess. She was just standing there.
Okay.
Because when she got her little boy out from the back of the truck, she was saying, I'm finna go home. She was headed home. She didn't have nothing to do with it. She didn't deserve it.
Okay, so, and this is very important, there were several different gunshots. When you heard the first gunshot,
it came from Cooper. It came from her. Then after she started shooting, the boys that be around her, will be around the Cooper, and he started shooting. They called him Sosa.
Sosa? Okay, just.
And I know his first name is Trey. I don't know his last.
Okay, Sosa.
Because I think the police for him for a hit and run and something that he did.
Okay, so his nickname is Sosa.
His real name, his name is Sosa, but his real name is Trey. I don't know his last name.
How long ago were the police looking for him for hit and run?
Probably about 2 weeks ago. He was big and black. He always walk around with his shirt off.
Okay, is it big? Is he dark skinned? Is it dark? Okay, shirt off. Yeah, about how old?
He probably, I don't know. He probably about 25.
And friends of the Cooper girls?
Yep. We've been talking to the rent lady for months to get them from out there. They constantly fighting, walking around the neighborhood, trying to bully people, starting with people. We've been talking to the rent lady trying to get them.
So here's what we want to think about this. What was Carissa wearing?
She had on, I know exactly what she had on because she had it on all day. It was a black shirt but with the thin straps with some tights. They looked like grayish, like a ashy gray. They fitted tight. They were like an ashy gray. And then after that incident happened, she went in the house and changed clothes.
Black shirt with thin straps, gray tights.
Yeah, they were like a grayish, like a grayish. Cause I got to tell they like a ashy gray, like they grayish, but they got a little black in them. That's exactly what she had on with some flip flops. Sure did. With some long braids in her hair.
Okay, so the first person to shoot
It
was
was her.
Carissa.
Yes, and it sounded like as she was shooting, the shot was getting closer. The shot was getting closer. She was walking up as she was shooting. The shot was getting closer.
Okay. Was there anybody else shooting at that time?
It's like after she started shooting, cause he stood, the boy so good. He was on the building. You could barely see him. The building across the street from me. He was standing at the end of that building.
Okay. So here's the gas station, and where we were just talking is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you would draw a X where you were standing when this happened.
Okay. What is this?
So this is where the white truck is.
The white truck.
All right. This is the truck that they put her in.
Yeah, that's the truck they put it in. And
so where
my apartment, I was on the stairs. On the stairs right there, but that's the green thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was on the stairs. But I think this is what I can't believe. I ain't got my glasses.
It's okay. So the building that we were standing at was right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was this when you leave out of Clark Garden, right?
So this is the gas station.
Yeah, that's the gas station. And she was in the middle of the road. No.
See, this is where we found her.
Yeah, she was right. Yeah.
So she was how far?
She was, as she was shooting the playground right here.
Mm-hmm.
She was right here.
Okay, so put an X where she was.
She was right here. Like in the middle of the road right here. You can tell what she had in her hands. You can tell.
Okay. All right, now put an X where you were.
I was right here. Far. The building right here, this is my building where I stay in.
Okay.
The incident happened right there.
Mm-hmm.
And we was right here on the stairs.
Okay, so put an X right there. It's okay, baby. Okay, so right there is where.
Yeah, because my apartment is right here.
Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to put a happy there. I'm going to draw a line here.
Her cousin, he was trying to fight. She stayed right there at the apartment right there beside the playground. They stayed right there.
Okay. Now, where was this other shooter?
He was on the side right here. So, I stayed at the end. And he was standing right there on the side of the building.
Okay, so draw a big X, like a good X, and put a circle around it.
He was standing right there. Cause when they was shooting, my cousin, we ran in our house, and I looked back out the door, and you could hear the shooting right there.
Now, did you see him with a gun?
Yeah, like when we was on the step, he walked down there to where they was, to where Carissa and her cousin was, and he had a gun on his side.
So he was shooting from here?
That was before the shooting started.
Okay, and where did he start shooting?
He shot after she shot.
From here?
Yeah.
Okay, and where was he aiming the gun?
I don't know if he was shooting up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
But he shot.
Okay. All right, and draw an arrow from Carissa the direction that she was shooting. You can make it a short arrow, you can make it a little longer.
An arrow.
Yeah, line with an arrow.
Because she was shooting towards up there where the crowd was. The crowd was standing. It's like, okay, the crowd was like right in here.
Okay.
The crowd was right there. And she was shooting up there.
Okay, so draw a little point on the tip of your arrow.
Okay. I don't know how my arrow's on.
It's okay, baby. This isn't rocket science. It's a little arrow. Okay. So, did you see anybody else with a gun shooting?
Didn't see nobody. When they were doing that little thing, I tried to stay out the way, but I did look out my door, and he was there. Because all of them run together. So in the Coopers, all of them hang together.
Okay. So, was he shooting at her or was he shooting at?
I don't know.
Would he have shot at her?
I think he was shooting in the air. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I know that I heard some more shots.
Okay.
Because after the girl shot.
Is that when you saw Carissa fall?
No, that's when I heard Uncle say, I've been shot.
Okay. Is that before he started shooting?
That's before he started shooting.
Okay, so you heard her, or you saw her start shooting.
Yeah, she had.
And then
she had. This how I was. I can do it. She was on the stairs, and she was talking junk. She was like, "When I shoot, I'm an aim." And when she started shooting, it's like the shot was getting closer, and I heard Uncle say, "I been shot," and after she said it the second time, we didn't hear nothing else from her.
And then the rest of the shooting started?
Yes.
Okay, so the only person shooting from the time that this started to the time that she finished yelling that she was hit, she was the only one shooting.
Yeah.
And then
he started.
And you don't know if that was in the air or would he have been shooting at her?
No, they hang together.
Okay.
So he wouldn't shoot at her. They run together.
Okay. Did you see anybody over here?
No.
Did you see anybody in this crowd with a gun?
No, did nobody in that crowd have a gun? Had a gun, and I know that for a fact. That nobody in that crowd had a gun.
Okay. All right. And did you see more of the people with Sosa?
It was like they be out. They hang out there every day. It was probably like some more boys out there, like some more young boys, and they hang.
But as far as this shootout, not necessarily what normally happens, but do you remember anybody else with Sosa when the shots were going out that did you see anybody else with a gun?
When I looked out the door, my dad and she made me starting to come back, and like it was some more. I think they told the boy cars, but it was like some more boys that was out there. I don't know them, but I know, as far as I know, that they be with the gun.
Alright, so let me catch up here. Let's see.
But I know for a fact that she fired the first shot.
Okay. Alright. Now, let me ask, do you know what she did with the gun?
Well, the little kids was outside. And what I heard yesterday, that somebody put it in the trash can.
It's still out there?
If they ain't came and dumped it.
The one near her apartment?
I don't think I can say it, just check out on, but from what I heard yesterday, says that somebody put it in the trash can. But y'all also, I don't know if y'all meant to handle that yet, but y'all need to search for living supply Davenport apartment. This one is about the playground. Sequoia Davenport. She was in it too. All of these revolve around her and her kids and different.
Okay. So that gun may be down there in Sequoia's?
It might be, but from what I heard, that somebody had put it in the trash can.
Trash can or the dumpster?
In the dumpster, I mean.
Okay. Let me tell you real quick.
I had computers in my phone with the boy Sosa when I was trying to show who he was the event.
Is this during the incident?
I was trying to show who he was.
Is this from a different time or is this?
Yeah, when I was trying to show the rent lady who he was.
I'm going to bring a photo lineup of some people and I want you to see if he's in there. So let me ask you, do you have any videos of the incident?
No.
Do you know of anybody who does?
Somebody might, I don't know. I can see.
Okay.
I can see it. He's the big one right now. With his shirt out right there.
Okay. So it's from a different day?
Yeah, when he was flying with somebody out there.
Alright, I'm going to show you a lineup in a minute for that. Did you see the guys that we brought out of the building the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Were any of those guys out there when this happened?
Yep, they were there.
Did any of them have guns?
They probably was the one when y'all thought the shell case there also. They probably was the one that was out there showing food to my cousin. I was leaving my daughters and I seen Sophie and she made me come back in the house when my baby was with me. She made me come back in the house.
Okay. Now, when you said they were probably shooting, did you see any?
I seen they were standing in front of that building when y'all found those shell cases there.
But
They
did
was
you
right there, but she made me come back in the house.
Did you see any of those guys with a gun? That day when this happened?
Early that day when the fight was going on. Yeah, because one where they was fighting on side of where they was fighting when they went around up to the other girl house.
Mm-hmm.
They had guns in.
Did you see any of those guys shoot when Sosa was shooting? After Carissa?
After Carissa shot.
So you said Sosa, but
yeah,
did you see?
My cousin, she made me come back in the house, and that's when we heard there's some more shots.
Okay. And did you see any of the guys that we brought out of that house with a gun shooting?
All them boys y'all brought out their house, they had guns all that day when them boys was fighting. They had guns all that day.
And that.
And I believe. Then that was putting them in the car that was parked at the end right there. That was taking them and putting them in their car.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll get them back out. Then they'll put them back in there.
And did we tow that car?
Yeah, y'all towed that car.
Okay. All right. Did they put them back in the car after the shooting?
I don't know. Because after that, I was focused on something.
Okay.
I was focused on her. Y'all need to keep an eye on the mama Clark or wherever she at, the mama goes to wherever she is.
Okay. And did you see any? I'll try to stay in order because I'm gonna get back to that. But did you see any big guns or were they all handguns? You see any long guns?
the shooting. All I know, the shots were loud. I don't know if that was long or short, but after Sosa was shooting, like I told you, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna cover up nobody. I heard some more shots, and it was coming like off in front of us. Like my cousin made me come back in the house.
No.
Cause my mind, I was focused on something.
Mm-hmm. And so you came in and you didn't see anybody else with the gun, or did you?
They was my building right there. The other boys that you talking about, they was standing in front of that building, like where y'all found the extra shell cases.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of car was this one that was
I
towed?
think it was like a tan. I think it was a tan car with tinted windows, photo. I can't remember what kind it was, but I know. Matter of fact, I think the car was parked outside. One of the boys was standing in. I guess they just were deep in him or whatever. When we pulled up, the car was parked outside with the
Out front?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they searched it and released it already.
But that's the car that they was putting the guns in and getting them out.
In the trunk? Or under the seats?
All I know is they kept going to that car putting their guns in. I don't know who it is. They was getting us on the boot or what.
Okay. So, and when you were sitting here, where was Thumper?
The car was like, okay, it felt right there and it felt over here.
Mm-hmm.
Her little boy was on the back of the truck. It was crowded right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was very crowded right there.
Okay. So her son was sitting on the back of the truck.
And she grabbed her son and she said that she was gonna go home.
Mm-hmm. And then where was she when she got hit?
Right there on the side where the
Can you draw a dark circle where you think she was sitting? Or where she was when she got hit? You can just make a dark circle.
She got her little boy. She was there.
Show me this dark circle. So she was right here.
I think she was somewhere like up in there.
Okay.
Like close up in there. But she was there at home.
Okay. You'll make that circle. Oh, no,
I think I got it.
Yeah, I see the dot that you made. But let me see. Let me try to make it weird.
If I could say that.
Okay.
But when she was, it was right there with her where the balloons and feathers and stuff were.
Okay. Okay, so she was right there when she got hit?
Yeah.
So if Sosa had been shooting, he couldn't have shot her because she was on the other side of the building.
That's what I'm saying. But I know he was shooting up in the air. I know he was shooting up in the air. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you can 100% say that Sosa was shooting in the air.
I can 100% say that.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know.
100% say that he was shooting in the air.
Now, if you'll give me just a second, I'm going to check on that other lineup for Sosa.
And y'all need to go to Hallmark is one of the super girls stay in Hallmark. My cousin, her sister stay over there. And she can tell you which trailer it is. Y'all need to check off there too in Hallmark.
For the girl?
Yeah.
So a trailer in Hallmark?
Mm-hmm. I don't know which one it is, but my cousin can tell you which trailer it is with her sister.
Okay. What your cousin's phone number? Because if she's okay talking with us, we can just give her a call.
She already here.
The one over here?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, give me a second. Let me do a couple of things. Are you okay on time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your water? Do you finish your water?
Yeah, I just need to use the bathroom.
Okay, sweetie. Let me take you to the bathroom first.
I can leave my phone here?
Yes. We will do that.
Longtime resident of the apartment complex, Shannon Johnson, agrees to speak with the police about the feud between the Coopers and the Calhouns.
Hi, Shannon Johnson. Ted the Black, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. You mind if we turn off the TV? Hearing isn't what it used to be. Alrighty. Well, I was looking through and saw your interview with Sergeant Geiger, I believe. Is that who you talked to? Okay. And I just kind of wanted to follow up. So you were out here, clearly the night of the shooting. Where were you at?
I was on the porch.
Okay, so you're hanging out here in the porch. So you would have had a good view, largely of the playground area and all that. Okay. Was anyone with you?
Yeah, my boyfriend and my neighbor. They were actually out there the whole time.
Okay. What's your boyfriend's name?
Felix Brady.
Do you think he would meet with me? Okay. And your neighbor?
Brittany Watkins.
Do you by chance know anyone's phone numbers or anything?
I don't know Brittany's number. But
I imagine you know Felix's.
Yeah. His number is 7.
You know that by heart. Must be a long-time boyfriend. So, how much of it did you see?
When I came outside, they hadn't already got to fighting. I guess they told me like the third time. And I keep fighting the people on the end of there, the apartment 134. And I said, well, if the fight over, why are all them standing out there like
So you came out when everyone was kind of just grouped up.
Yeah. And Felix was saying that they kept going back and forth. I really couldn't see who they were because it had just got kind of dark. But I could see it was some guys standing up there at the apartment on the end.
The one that you referenced, 134?
134.
Okay.
And I said, well, every time they get to fighting, they always call people out here to fight and shoot and stuff. And I said, well, I hope they don't do nothing too crazy because somebody's having a birthday party or something in the back. And my boyfriend said, well, it ain't going to get real until somebody get hurt behind it. And I turned to come in the house. And then I guess the street light went out up there and I turned around. When I turned around, I seen a guy coming out of the apartment with his hands up and I seen fire. And then I seen another guy come from the side of the building. Like he wasn't in the apartment per se. He was like in the middle, in between the two apartments. And he had a gun and I seen somebody else and they were assassins. They started walking up the street.
So you saw someone walking up the street. Now you said a guy. You said the street light had gone out?
It had gone out, but because before the street light went out, I could see the guys were standing in like they were on her porch. And they were mingling and talking with her. And I couldn't hear what they were saying because I was talking to somebody on the phone. And they were talking on the porch. And then they were talking. And there were some people. This guy, in this building, him and his neighbor. We were all standing out there. And they were saying, like, why they do this every summer? It's the same thing with that girl and her kids. And I was like, yeah, I know we need to just try to figure out how we can get them from out here because it's too much. And I was coming in the house, and then, like I say, I remember it was some guys standing out there. He might have been like 6'2". There was another guy, might have been like 5.
Was it all men, or was it kind of a mix?
It was mixed. It was her girls, another girl. I can't remember whether she had red hair or she had on something red, but I remember seeing something red up there with a female. And
so it was a tall guy that you remember and a female with red hair?
Tall guy, and I think the girl had some red hair. She had something red in her hair. and they were, say like how me and you sitting here talking, the girl was more at the door and the guys were at the door, and then the girl children was standing in like on the sidewalk, and then it's like they traded places. And like I say, when the folks were standing in the house, I remember seeing the girl and the guy coming out the house, and there was another guy like he was standing on the side of the building, and they all like they walked towards going up the.
So you were coming in. What caused you to turn back around?
Because I heard the first shot.
So you heard a shot. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where did you hear that shot come from?
It came from right there.
From the playground.
Mhm.
Hadn't heard any shots for that.
Mhm. Then after that, it was like a pow. Then it was like a pow, and then it's after that it was like machine gun fire. It was nothing I ever heard before.
So you heard a shot. You turned around, and you saw. I assume you saw a person, kind of with their arm extended.
What I was doing was I was talking, and I was going in the house, and I was kind of turning around because Felix was saying something to me. So as I was turning around, that's when I heard the shot, and my eyes went straight up there, and I could see like a flash. And I said, "Oh my God, did they just shoot?" And he said, "Yeah, they shooting." And then we started hearing other shots, like right there in that area. And then, like I said, as they started walking up the street, after like the street light went out and it was dark, and I couldn't see. And then that's when we heard the multiple gunfire.
Okay, well let me back it up. So you hear the shot kind of as you're turning, and you see who has their arm outspread like that. Could you tell?
It was like all of them had their arms out.
Okay,
but I could.
But you saw a flash
coming from one of the persons.
From one of the persons who was out there. Mm-hmm. Okay, and their arm was extended.
His arm was extended.
Is that the person that was kind of walking up and kind of advancing on everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you tell who it was?
No, I couldn't tell who it was. But I know once the pandemonium stopped, everybody stopped. Well, after the gunfire was over, I remember seeing those same people running to this. It was a truck park right here in front of the mailboxes. Okay. And I remember seeing the same people that I saw coming out the apartment running to this mailbox. But the girl didn't come back down to us this way.
Okay.
Just the guys.
How many shots do you think that person who was advancing fired? How many flashes do you recall seeing?
I'm not sure, maybe 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah, but you said there was another person kind of towards the playground area.
Mm-hmm. Because it's hard to explain. Like the way that building set, it was like I said. You could tell the people came out of the apartment because, like they had went in. Like maybe to discuss what they were about to do. Then they came out, and maybe one came out the back door and came around the building. I'm assuming because if you sit right here, you can see if a person walked behind this other building. But it's like he came from the side because he was more closer to the end of this building than he was in the middle of the building. And once he came out from the side, you could see the other 2 people coming out with him.
And he was he shooting towards people or was he in the air?
I think his was more like this, and then it's like the first shot he might have just shot in the air, and then I'm thinking when they would start walking up the street, that's when they was just randomly shooting.
How many shots do you think he got off?
And it's hard to say because, like I said, it was more than just him standing there. So
yeah.
I couldn't tell. It was like a blue flash. It was like a spark. You know what I'm saying? It's like then it was like a combination.
And you said they ran to a truck over here by the entrance?
They ran to a truck. It was a green truck, like a work truck. It had a wheelbarrow on the back with a big C on the window pane.
Ever seen it before?
No.
That C, was it like on the back windows?
On the back windows.
Left or right side? Like
It was
driver
in
or
the middle.
passenger?
It was
Middle.
in the middle. Mm-hmm.
Do you see who all got in that one?
The 3 of the guys that were standing at that.
The 3 males got in there? All right. Now, you said you heard the shots. The shots sounds like they start from down here, and then how is it like after those shots here stop? Is that when you hear all the gunfire back?
It's like maybe it there was like a 15-second window after them shots. It was like 5 or 6 shots. Then you hear. And I was petrified, but I was about to go up the street because my son was up there in somebody else's apartment, and I wasn't sure if he was standing outside with everybody else. But when I called him, found he was like he was in the house. He heard the first gunshots, and he ran. And the guy he was standing out there talking to went in the house, and he was like, I don't know what's going on, and he was like. 10 seconds later, Mama, all you could hear was gunshots and people crying and screaming. I said, yeah, I thought you were outside. But he was in the house, so he didn't get a chance to see anything either. But I'm pretty sure people out here are talking, but I don't really deal with the people in the neighborhood. I'm here or at the store. I don't even go up towards that way. But I'm pretty sure people are talking. If I hear anything, I'll be sure to tell you.
Definitely. So, let's summarize, see if I've got everything. So you kind of gone outside, boyfriend, neighbor were out there, and you're kind of turning to go back inside, and all of a sudden you hear a shot. You kind of are turning around as you hear that, and you see a person coming from the 134 area with their arm extended, firing several rounds, and you see another subject who's kind of a tall. You say he's like a tall guy, and he comes around. And he's kind of shooting in the air.
Right.
Then all like 15 seconds goes by after their shots, and it just sounds like all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And it sounds like automatic gunfire all coming from back down there.
Right.
And then a group of them, about 3 of them, run down and hop into a green kind of work truck with a wheelbarrow.
It's an F-150.
It's an F-150. Older?
It's not like the square light kind. It's more like the round body. You remember how they did the Chevys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe like a 2000 maybe, because I'm thinking Ford and Chevy kind of changed their vehicles at the same time. Because the Tahoe lights became round.
Yep.
In 2000, I think the Chevy did the same.
You know your cars.
Yeah, I love cars.
So, and they hop in there, and it takes them out.
They don't leave out.
They don't leave out. Okay.
And we was going up the street to actually see was anybody hurt and we could help anybody. And that's when we seen it was like chaos up there. And I trained to be a nurse years ago, but I can't. My heart won't. So I turned around. As we were turning around, we was trying to get the officer attention, telling him, well, maybe you can stop this truck before they leave, because maybe they might not have been the shooters, but they know exactly who was shooting because they came from that apartment. But he was like, hold on, let me get this, let me put this tape up and stop this traffic, because now it's an official crime scene. So, but they never did come down to question us. But by the time he was doing that, cars were leaving out, and that truck figured, well, I better get out of here while I can. So then they left out. So we never did know who the guys were in the car, but I'm pretty sure those people in that apartment do, but they probably won't tell.
Sounds like, so 134, that lady's kids trouble, always?
Always trouble.
How about the ones on the end?
Now, as far as the people back there, I really can't say because I don't go back that way. But I've noticed when I hear about the fights, it's always like the fight that happened. It started that Friday. and it was involving her girls. And I've seen the fight with. I have a niece out here. Her and this girl was arguing. The girl swung on my niece, and they got to fighting. And I saw this girl daughter come out of her apartment. That had nothing to do with it. Come running and trying to help the girl fight my niece. So I'm bigging on their fight. Their shit stars.
So they started right Friday, starting with them.
They started Friday, going down there picking and bully. They bully people, and they do a lot of stuff. And when I first saw them, I thought, oh, those are pretty girls. And they start stuff all the time, and I didn't believe it at first until I actually seen it with my own eyes. I was like, wow, what's wrong with them? Parents need to get a hold of them. But for every summer, it's always the same with them. They got to fight a couple of summers ago, and some people came out here and was shooting, and it was a big chaos. And then right before we had the water fight, they had a big fight out here with their family and somebody in the back again. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same people.
Okay. All right. Well, when is Felix usually available?
Oh, he has a crazy work schedule. He leaves every morning about 7. He gets home maybe like 7 in the evening.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then that's because he works out of town.
Does he work Monday through Friday?
And sometimes Saturday and Sunday. So.
Oh, wow. He's working.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you just ask if he gets a chance during the day, he just call me and I'll just talk to him on the phone if he gets a little break or something. Since you've got my number, right?
Yeah, and then I'll talk with my neighbor and see if he willing to talk and tell. Because, like I said, when we sit down here, it's real quiet. And it's a real quiet area, but I don't sit outside because I have asthma. But I might go out every now and then, and I just happened to walk out that night because one of my clients, I was still talking, and we were walking outside, and she was asking why were all those people standing there, and then that's when they was telling her they got to fight, and I was like, oh Lord.
So you were out here kind of as everyone's out here. Did you ever hear a shot come from back here, from the back end, before the whole just eruption of gunfire?
I did, but I thought maybe it was a firecracker. I didn't think that.
Okay.
Because nobody.
Was that before the shot down here, when she starts shooting, or when the shot started?
Way before.
Okay. How long? When you say way before, how long before you think that was?
It had to be hours.
So it wasn't like immediately.
But when he shot. The first time, I did hear another shot, but I thought it came from him again. But I don't remember it coming from back that way. I didn't hear shots from this way until after they shot the 4th time from right there. Because it was like pow, then you hear pow, pow, then you hear another pow, then it got quiet. Then all of a sudden you hear, like I said, you know how they always say the calm before the storm? That minute, and then and I was like, oh my God, they walking down there, they shooting at people. What are they doing? And my boyfriend's like, I don't know, let's go in the house. I know, I'm going to the street, my child up there. And he was like, nah, call him on the phone. He's probably in the house anyway after that first shot. He probably in the house. And I've never seen or heard nothing like that before.
Did you see anything getting hit or anything, or does it just sound like just gunfire?
You can hear like it was hitting the trees. You know, like you can hear them. Them bullets were traveling.
Okay.
They were traveling. They were hitting. You can hear them hitting, but you can't tell what they're hitting. But I can tell they were hitting trees because you can hear the sound of the.
Okay. Well, let me. You say hitting trees, you mean like up high?
And I don't actually think they were shooting in the air, and like up this way. I'm thinking more like they was not
like an angle, kind of a 45-degree angle up.
Yeah.
So you hear them hitting the trees, but kind of like above everyone's head, but not like hitting buildings.
Nah, I heard like a couple of taps, like they might have hit wood or something else other than the trees, but I can't explain it because you know you really don't never hear bullets hit things, but you can hear when it's and you hear maybe a thump or maybe like a squirt,
Like a tap, almost.
yeah,
Like tink, tink, tink.
yeah, like that. And I was thinking, are they shooting? I hear cars being hit. You know, you can hear the metallic hitting. And I was saying, are they crazy? Do they not know when bullets go up, they travel 100 times faster coming back down?
Do you know of anyone whose car got hit?
No.
You know of anyone else who might have gotten shot?
They were saying somebody got, a couple people got grazed by bullets, but they were scared to go to the hospital because they were so in such a panic. That night, they were just...
Have you heard of anyone else who got grazed, name-wise, or anything like that?
Somebody said somebody got grazed by a bullet, but I can't remember who it was. But I'm going to ask around because I did somebody hair the other day, and she was saying that her car had a bullet in it. And it was saying when you up the street and up to that building 160, they were saying that the bullet hit a car up there. Hit somebody Honda. Somebody black Honda that lives up in that circle. But I can't remember whose car they was talking about because there's two people that drive black Hondas in that circle. I'm going to ask around. And then when I get all the information, I'll be sure to reply it to me.
Okay. Let me go get your card real quick.
Okay.
I have all my information on it.
Okay.
Got you a couple cards just in case.
And I'll pass them out and let them know if they got anything they need to say to tell you because we need to figure out exactly what happened and get everybody involved because I was telling them, I don't care who they were, if you fired a gun, then you need to go to jail.
Yeah, I agree.
You need to, I don't care if your bullet wasn't the one that killed her, you still need to go to jail because you just owned a firearm in a neighborhood full of children because it was children out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah, and see that's what that mother instinct kicked off when I heard them shots, and I was seeing children running. I was like, I'm running up here to see it too, but that's unnecessary. All that was unnecessary.
Oh, I agree.
There was no need for that to happen at all. There was nobody fighting or arguing, so it was just stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna pass these out, and I'm pretty sure my neighbor will want to talk because it wrecked her nerve. Her kids, we don't even allow the kids to go to the playground. My grandson, when he got off the bus, he got to be in the house. He can't even go outside because I don't know.
You shouldn't have to live like that.
Right. And it's crazy because I've never had to worry about him in the neighborhood, but now.
Yeah, I'm confident we have the person who shot the girl. I'm confident in that.
Right.
There's obviously some other people who had firearms who are pulling triggers as well.
Right.
And we'd really like to identify those people, and it's just been difficult. We have names kind of in the list of people who we believe they were. But as far as having a lot of people who are, I saw this guy, he was doing this, he had this gun, and that's proved to be a little difficult. Cause,
if it was daylight and if I know them, I sure would tell because I don't care.
Yeah.
I've been living out here, I moved out here in 92. And
you've been out here a while.
Yeah, and I've never been afraid to walk this neighborhood because it's like it is today. It's like this all the time. You have your few people that argue or whatever, but it's always like this. It's never, Athens Garden is nothing compared to out here. And I would never want to live out there, but.
Yeah, I don't recall it being like this back when I was on the road. Seems like it's kind of popped off lately. It's really started to heat up.
It's
because a lot of folks hanging out.
Right. It's because this they say it's 2 apartments up there that the tenants aren't there, and they're allowing other people to live in their apartment, and they're bringing the trouble out here.
Which ones are those?
It's in that circle.
Mm-hmm.
They say building 160, apartment 4, I think, because it's the guy. It's a guy's apartment.
This is the one that everyone describes as the gay guy?
Yeah, but he's been coming home lately because I know his brother, and I told his brother that he had all the people in the house, and yeah, that he got arrested. He went in, and I don't know what happened. I said, but them guys been hanging in his apartment.
Okay.
And those are some of the guys they say that they were actually shooting too. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure those 3 people had to be more than those. It just wouldn't. This wasn't logical. It had to be more than just them shooting.
Have you heard any names? Are people talking about like names?
Somebody by a nickname Sosa.
Sosa?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've heard Sosa was shooting.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
They named some other guy. Short, when I described shorter guy with the dreads in his head. I don't forget what they call his name. But
Is that Montana? I keep hearing Montana's name.
I don't know. I don't know what.
So short guy with dreads. Where did you see the short guy with the dreads?
He was
134?
He was standing down there. And there was another guy with him. He had like a lower haircut. He was like in between their sizes, because that guy had to be like 6'2", and the other guy, he got to be about 5'7".
It's a big range.
Yeah.
And it's a real tall guy that you saw come around the back with the
he wasn't
pan in there.
real tall, but I was just estimating maybe he might have been about 6'2". He might not have been as tall as 6'2", but I'm thinking 6 foot, 6'2". And the other guy had to be like 5'7". And I want to say it was one, either he was a little shorter or a little taller than the 5'7", because my boyfriend 5'7".
And those are the ones that came and got in that truck.
Got in the truck.
They jump in the bed of the
They
bed.
Inside of the truck.
Side. You think you'd be able to ID him if you saw him again?
Not their face.
Not the face. Okay. All right. Well, if you hear anything else, hear any names or anything, just let me know.
Sure will.
I appreciate it, Shannon. You have a wonderful day. Okay. And just let me know. And if your boyfriend, Felix, just give me a call when he gets a chance.
Okay.
I just talk to him over the phone.
Okay. And then I get my other neighbor Gwen on the end to give you a call too.
Definitely.
She spoke with the detective too.
Okay.
I just picked up on the conversation when they were talking.
Okay, great. I appreciate it, Shannon.
As police continued to build their case, they learned from witnesses that Jocelyn Wheeler, who had been visiting Oriel, had also been one of the shooters, and might have been the one to fire the deadly shot. With the identity of the shooter now in question, investigators meet with Jocelyn at her workplace.
How's your day going?
It was good until I got worried about the call or something like what?
Yeah.
You can close it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm Detective Black. This is Detective Carol.
I'm Jocelyn. Y'all know me.
Nice to meet you, Jocelyn.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Real quick, just some kind of initial sort of bookkeeping.
I remember my mom she called me not too long ago. She seen it on the news, and she was like, "Why you?" I said, "Yeah, Mom, I was there." She was like, "What? What you mean you was there?" I got cussed out real bad. I said, "I know, cause I don't hang out places in Athens." So I'm like, "I know." I had drop off my lashes. She was like, "Well, did you see they need witnesses?" I said, "Yeah, but I didn't nobody." I said, "Nobody came and talked to me." She was like, "I think you need to go to the station, cause they saying they still need witnesses." She just told me this, and y'all came. I was like, "Dang."
Yeah, your name has definitely come up, Jocelyn. Your date of birth. Where are you living at now?
I stay right here on River Grove Parkway.
What's your actual address? I'm not familiar with that. Where's that at?
It's in the woods.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's still in Athens, though, right? Okay. 3060.
5.
And what's a good phone number for you?
No, that's my baby number. 40. But you still can reach me.
9171. Okay. All right. So you were there.
Yes.
What were you doing over there?
Well, I came to drop off some lashes.
Okay.
You know I'm like the lash lady, if you didn't know.
I did not know. But I see you definitely got some lashes going on,
sell
so I can
lashes,
see it.
So that's pretty much where I kind of know of similar faces because of my lashes.
Okay.
Because of rainbow and my lashes, that's it.
Okay. So you were over, who are you dropping off lashes to?
I do not know the girl name. She kind of heavy-set, dark-skinned girl.
How did you know to drop them off to her? How did she get a hold of you?
Through Snap, because I promote. I
Okay.
promote like on my Snapchat and on my Facebook like every week.
Okay.
And then they kind of tell me, hey, I want this. Can you meet me here? I don't have a car. So sometimes I meet people.
So where did they tell you to meet that day?
In that neighborhood.
Where about though?
Clark Garden.
Okay. Where in the neighborhood though?
We met like that cul-de-sac. Like down from the cul-de-sac.
Okay. When you say the cul-de-sac, there's...
It was a cul-de-sac up here, and I noticed it was a front house right there. Yeah. And then I walked on down.
You know, I didn't bring
It was
my
like,
overhead.
I know Neosha House.
Okay, Neosha's.
It was
so it's up towards the end where Neosha lives at.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know Neosha and them?
I just know of her.
Okay, how do you know of her?
From Rainbow.
Just from Rainbow?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not who you're delivering to?
No.
Did you
then
see?
Once I got there, I seen there was some stuff going on, whatever. The police was actually there when I was there.
Okay, so you got there, the police were there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the police were dealing with?
A fight, they said. It was a fight going on from earlier that day.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed for a minute because I got to talking to people, seeing people that I ain't seen before.
Okay, so you're kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Do you recall anyone who you were hanging out with?
I remember seeing Neosha. It was Precious. She
Precious,
was there.
okay. Precious, is it Hudson? Is that sound right?
This is my shipment.
Okay. I wish I brought my overhead map. Because I think she may be, if she's hanging out on that end, that may put her as the shell casings over there near Building 10. Because those are unaccounted. Because there's just a few of them over there. Okay.
She gonna come to the front.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was Precious. I remember it was, who else was out there? What's the big girl name? What is her name? Sand was out there.
Sand?
A girl named Tiny was out there. I remember Thumper was right there with us.
So you're over there with Thumper.
Her sister was right there. Because Thumper was just saying before all this expired, hey, I'm about to find out what I'm having. I'm doing the gender reveal. She said, so I want your lashes for my gender reveal. I said, okay. And that's what we was talking about.
So you're kind of in that general area where Thumper is. Were you there when she got hit?
Yes, I was standing right next to her.
Okay.
Like this is Thumper.
So you were right there.
Right there next to her.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Yeah, when first we were just talking, huddled up like this, and just about random stuff. Then we hear a shot, and I'm like, was that a gun?
Where did you hear that from?
I heard it from like far.
When you say far, is it behind you or is it in front of you?
It was on the other crowd because they said it was a crowd over there.
So you heard a shot, a single shot or several?
A single shot first.
So a single shot all the way down. Like when you say the other crowd, is that towards like the office and the playground and all that stuff?
I don't know what the office is.
Okay. So when you come in. If you came in like the actual front entrance,
Okay, and everybody was here.
You get a big crowd kind of in the middle.
Right here in the middle, and it was over here on the far end, on the left end, all the way down. It was more people down that way.
Okay, so there's two crowds.
Two crowds.
There's one crowd kind of on the end, and then there's the big crowd in the middle.
That I was with, it was like it was guys here talking. It was females over here talking. It was just kind of like people everywhere. Like they just met up, like everybody just hanging out. Yes.
If I showed you an overhead, do you think you would be able to?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to go like to the counter, but I can't even go back because it's so scary. It's messed up my. So normally I'm the type of person go to bed every day at 10. Not no more. I've been up and all I see is Thumper face and I hear her voice saying, I got hit, get my baby.
Yeah, it's
like
traumatic.
That's like all I see. It been messing with me. I don't even normally take medicine for headaches, but it's like that's all I've been doing. Cause it's like what that's all I hear. I'm like, they say, you want to go to the camp? I don't want to relive that moment because them bullets were so fast. I got scraped here and here. The bullets was going so fast, like they was so
So
close.
did you get hit?
Barely. I think
So
I
you
kind of
got
got, because it was burning, like it was heat.
Did you fall down?
Yeah, I fell.
Did you get the scrape from falling down?
I don't, it moved so fast. I don't even know. I don't even know. And I remember Precious screaming over me, like, I'm like, damn, did I get hit? Because I'm like, I felt the wind and the you know, the heat from the bullets. But I'm like, I don't think I'm hit. You know, it was going so fast, I was just scared. I almost tripped over Thumper.
So if we look at a map, so Thumpa is kind of in this area, right? This building where you see the red tag. Where?
That's her house. Everybody was hanging out
So,
right here.
yeah,
Is this
so,
the sidewalk?
Yeah, you got the sidewalk here, and then here's your main driveway in. You can kind of come down.
This is where everybody was at.
So everyone's kind of, in my understanding, is kind of all in this area, right?
You said, where's Neosha house at again?
This is that building right there.
But hers in the front, right?
Neosha's is on this building, kind of as you come in.
So maybe we should go. Well, no, I don't. I have to see this in person. So where's the Thumper? Because I seen it on Facebook. They have Thumper Ave. Where y'all see where they put Thumper face or whatever right here. The visual right there is where we was standing all right here. And we all, when we heard the first shot, nobody moved. Because I'm like, was that firecrackers or was that a gun? What was that? So then when, after that first shot, I hear a whole bunch of shots. And I'm like,
how long a time was it between excuse me, the first one and then the volley of shots?
It came like right, it was like boom, like that was a warning. Then all of a sudden you hear, bah, bah. I'm like, oh
so
my God.
Here is it with, this is better because we get the actual satellite footage.
So everybody was like here.
So this is where they've got spray painted Thumpa Avenue in this very last building.
Okay, well.
Neosha and them live in this building. And Thumpa was ultimately, she fell down here. My understanding was kind of standing right around here.
Right here.
Near the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And then she takes a couple steps and goes down.
Yeah.
So, where did that shot come from, that first shot? Did that come from the group kind of
that was on
over
the
here?
Far end.
Okay, because here's the playground area. And there's where you guys
it didn't seem like it was over here where we was at. It sounded like it was on the far end.
Far end. When you say the far end, do you mean like over here or back here?
I guess close, like where the front entrance is, and then you keep going that little end way.
So in this area,
yeah,
generally, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of an area where that group was.
Yeah.
So there's a shot. Did you hear any shots prior to that?
No.
No, never any shot. Okay.
No.
So you hear a shot, comes from that end.
And we didn't move. I'm like, is that a firework or was that a gun?
Okay.
You know. It kind of really shocked us because at that point, I didn't see no drama going on out there. I didn't know what was the purpose of somebody to be shooting. So when that shot came off, then that was like, okay, what was that? Okay, then now we heard pop, 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 and I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, first person was saying. Then Precious was behind her. Then me and Thumper and her sister was running. And I almost fell on Thumper, but I kind of caught myself. I said, she's pregnant. And she kept saying, she's like, oh my God. She said, I'm hit. And I fell on this side to stop myself from falling on her.
Had she picked up her son yet at that point, or had she just been going to get him?
She had him, like his hand.
So she had him by his hand and was kind of going with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Had she turned around when she was hit, or was she in the process of turning with him as she got hit?
With him. She kind of laid down on the ground. She said, I'm hit. And her baby kind of like, she kind of let him go. He was standing there.
So as soon as she said, had she just turned when she said, I'm hit?
No, we was all running.
So as we was
running,
start running, she says, I'm hit.
I'm hit.
Okay. Do you think that she was hit prior to that, though, and just realizing that she was hit? Did you ever see her body kind of react like she might have gotten hit or anything along those lines?
Yeah, when she got on the ground, I was looking at her. I'm like, oh my God. She said she hit. I was like, oh, hopefully she'll be okay. Because she was still breathing. She was still breathing.
Did she say anything?
No, after that, no.
So the last thing she ever
said was, I'm hit. I'm hit. Get my baby.
Okay. Who got her baby? Do you recall?
Precious got him, and
Precious
then
got
I
him.
ended up getting him.
And then you got him.
Because he was having a fit.
So you heard the one shot. I'm going to back up a little bit. Heard the one shot.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer after that first shot do you hear more shots coming?
Probably like a minute right after that.
So there's a shot, and then there's a little bit of time that goes
Then
by.
there's a whole
Now,
bunch of shots.
those shots, are they coming from that same end?
Well, at this point, I'm seeing the bullets, so I'm like, they have to be coming from that way.
So they're coming from that way where the first shot came from.
Because I'm seeing the bullets. Like, they barely passing me. And they passing me, and I'm looking like, oh, my God, I hope that she's not, still getting shot up in her. I worried about the baby. Like, I was just laying there like.
Now, you say that you think you got grazed. Where did you feel the heat from?
I felt the heat here.
Right here,
Mm-hmm.
where this little injury
Yeah.
is.
I don't think it was a.
Did you fall though?
I fell.
And then, well, the question: did you fall while you're running, or did you fall as a result of maybe a bullet zinging you? Or
No, I fell just to get down.
okay. Or are those injuries from falling, or are those injuries from maybe a bullet graze? That's what
If this one was real weird, like I had to put a lot to it because I ain't never had no sore like that from a fall.
Okay,
but
so you're saying that.
Like scratches from the.
So that was a scratch. You're saying that had a little, I guess, some depth to it, or some actual, real kind of.
And it was swollen. I'm like, what is wrong with
Did you
this?
take any pictures or anything of it, or see anybody about it?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I was just so glad to be alive.
If you don't mind, I'm going to photograph both your wounds.
Okay.
How did you know Thumper? How did you know her?
Her little sister used to work here at Rainbow.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was pregnant at the time, so Thumper used to come in. She come in every week, get an outfit.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for almost 2 years. Yeah. So, yeah, she, like I said, her mom and her son, Mason, I used to pick him up every time he come in. He was the sweetest little baby. So, like, they were sweet people. So, everybody kind of knew her because she was really cool. And as soon as it happened, my sales associate sending me pictures. Like, did you see this? She was just in Rainbow. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Now, during this exchange of gunfire, Thumper gets hit. Did the shots kind of stop for a brief moment and then kick back up, or was it just...
they were still going.
Okay.
Still going.
How many shots did you hear coming from the middle kind of area where you guys are at, and when did those start?
I think that was like afterwards.
After she got hit? Okay. So there's a bunch of shots.
Then I kept saying, like, I don't see no more bullets. Like, I ain't see no more flying. But I still hear shots.
So the bullets stopped kind of flying.
And at the time, I had her baby. And I was like, I don't see, because you see sparks, too. Because it was sparks right by me. And I'm like, what? Like, dang, it's really close. It was hitting the building, sparking. It was sparking everywhere. Okay. And I was like, after when I had Mason, I'm like, I still hear shots, but I don't see.
But you're not seeing anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that when it started sounding like automatic gunfire after that point, or it was just so many shots like it's just boom, 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 boom?
Heard that first shot, it was an automatic just right then too.
All over the place.
Yeah. I said, what the hell? What type of gun is that? Like, why are they trying to kill us? Like, what did we do to them?
When did you shoot?
I didn't shoot. I wish
and I
could have shot.
Let me preface that by saying you wouldn't be in any trouble if you shot, unless you lied about shooting. Then it would be harder. Shoot. So I've had several witnesses at this point identify you as being with a firearm and saying, hey, because my understanding, you've got a gun license, right? So you're fine to have one.
Yeah, but I didn't shoot.
Okay. Why are people saying you did?
I don't know. A lot of people said a lot of stuff. They said
This is more than just.
No, I'm telling you, I didn't heard
witnesses.
so many stories. I didn't have my hairstylist call me like, hey, I heard you pulled up in the neighborhood shooting. I'm like, what? Okay. Why would I just randomly pull up in the neighborhood shooting? I had to get her off my phone.
What kind of car you got? What kind of car do you have?
A BMW.
BMW? What color?
It's blue.
Blue.
Camouflage.
Camouflage?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a camouflage blue BMW.
Very noticeable.
It would be.
Right. And somebody said one of the girls that I have like really promote my lashes, she called me and she said, yeah, they saying somebody pulled up in a silver BMW. And I'm like, silver BMW? I know a little girl in that neighborhood, her sister was fighting Neosha. They have a silver BMW, but that ain't have nothing to do with me. And me and her both slim and light skinned. So I'm like, are you sure it was her? Because I don't know why people put my name in it, and I'm standing right next to Thumper. It could have been me. Like,
did you tell anybody?
Going home to my 3 kids.
Did you tell anybody that you fired some rounds?
No, I didn't.
Did you have your gun with you that day?
No.
Where was it?
I don't even know where my gun was. I didn't have it though. I definitely
Where is it
was
now?
slipping.
Okay.
It's home.
Okay.
I kind of keep it up. I go shoot in the country when I have to shoot.
Okay.
I'm from Mississippi.
What kind of gun do you have?
What is it? What I don't.
What
I don't
caliber
know the
is it?
numbers. It's black. You cock it back. It's a little black handgun.
I mean, is it like a 40, 45, a 9, a 380?
Not a 9. That's what y'all carry. It's not a police gun. It's a little smaller than your gun.
Okay.
Do you cock it the same way you do these though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got the 2 things up like that. Like
sights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not lying when I say someone has come forward and said that you told them that you were shooting.
No.
So, and that's why I'm prefacing, if you were shooting, it sounds to me like it would have been justified. Okay? So you wouldn't be subject to being in trouble. But it is a murder investigation, which means it will be very, very thorough, and which it will require that if people lie during an investigation, they're going to want me to pull warrants for their arrest.
I understand that.
And it would be a felony arrest for that. So I don't want you getting hemmed up in something like that.
Right.
Because I do have shell casings that are kind of unexplained right now.
Right.
I've got a lot of them I can account to where they come from.
Right.
There's just a couple that are a little...
Yeah, I guarantee you they're not mine. So I put this on my kids. They're not mine.
So no idea then why anyone...
I don't know why, but I did say I wish I did have mine, because I definitely would have been out there doing, because like I said, my life was in danger. Like, everybody out there, life was in danger. That was, like, on our end. We didn't have nothing to do with no fight. I don't even know the people. I like, just hear about it now. Now I kind of put faces together. When, you know, they come in rainbow. That's the girl that was part of it. I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. But, no. My gun was at home, and it was up.
Was your car there that day?
Yes.
Is your car here today?
No. I live home. I mean, I live to work this morning because my boyfriend had to go.
Who's your boyfriend?
Philip.
Philip
Pierce.
Pierce?
Mm-hmm.
So how...
do y'all need to look at the car? He can bring it up. Okay.
He'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm just curious about this part. How long after this happened, after she was hit and you had the young man, how long were you there?
Oh, I left right afterwards. I was so shaken up, and I was actually stuck behind the ambulance that Thumper was in, and I seen them doing that, like, you know, trying to bring her back to life. I was stuck right there watching it. So that, like, I was like, please just take me home. Take me home. I was freaking out.
Who was
freaking
driving?
out. My boyfriend was driving. And actually, when he went, because we was about to wrap it up anyway, because he was like, it's getting late, we need to go. He don't like crowds. He like, we need to go home. So I said, okay, you're right. He was like, you talking a little too much, let's go. He said, I'm going to get the car. As soon as he got to the car, pulled the car up, that's when the shots fired, like, bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm like...
So your boyfriend was actually
with
you
car.
driving the whole time. He was in the car
He
during
was in
the
the car right there on the side in the car doing the shooting. He got out looking for me, like bullets flying. He got out. Yeah. And at that time, me and Mason was in the back of the building. I was holding Mason.
Okay. So let me see if I've got it in summary. So you were kind of there towards the middle. You'd gone to deliver some lashes. You're right there next to Ariel and with Precious.
Well, Precious actually had ran ahead of me.
But originally, though,
originally
you guys are kind of there towards the middle.
Tiny, Precious, yeah.
There's another group of people
right here,
kind of down towards the front.
Yeah.
And you hear a single gunshot come from there, and then followed shortly after that by a volley of gunshots that begins striking around you, sparking, maybe nicked you, and you guys begin to run. And as you guys begin to run, Ariel comments, "I'm hit."
She said, I'm hit, get Mason.
And she has Mason by the hand. She was
And
kind of had just started to run with him.
his hand go.
So she's on the ground. You take Mason. You kind of start going towards the back, running towards the back. Who'd you turn Mason over to? Who'd you give him to? Precious?
Yeah, when the ambulance came and stuff, Precious got him from me.
And then you got your car, and then you left.
And I was in traffic, then I left.
And you did not shoot a gun. You have not told anyone you shot a gun. You didn't have your gun with you.
No.
Okay. You're not sure of the type of the gun you have. You just.
It's like a smaller version of yours.
Do you recall when you got it, the gun?
I had my gun for about a year.
So you've had it for about a year. Do you remember where you bought it from?
What was it? Bass Pro Shop?
Okay. So kind of like a major retail sort of shop.
Right.
Is where you bought it?
Yeah.
Okay. And that gun currently is at your home over there?
Yeah.
So it was... My pen kind of cut out in the bottom there. Is there anyone there currently, right now? Is your boyfriend home or anything?
Not now.
Okay.
He would be later.
You said you don't have your car here.
No.
Would you, I know you've got a few employees, but I know you're the manager. I've got to get your gun.
Okay.
It's just one of those things because I'm going to have to send it off for, well, at least I got to take a look at it. If it's of a caliber that doesn't match any shell casings I got, well, there's clearly it wasn't shot.
Right.
Because there'd be shell casings.
Right.
And you certainly didn't stop to pick up shell casings before you left because you just got up out of there.
I left.
So I wouldn't expect you to have picked up.
Yeah, so
if the shell casings match up to some of the shell casings that are out there, then clearly
because my gun wasn't shot at all, so it wouldn't be from my gun.
Well, but if they're of the same caliber or the same type, then I would have to seize the gun and send it off for testing for comparisons and the shell casings to confirm that your statement. I don't believe, from obviously where you're standing, I clearly don't believe you're responsible for her death in any way. I mean, clearly you didn't shoot her.
No.
Because your opportunity, you're standing right there with her.
Yeah.
You couldn't have.
This is her, this is me.
Again, I feel like you'd be justified if you did shoot. I think that you'd be...
The next day, I had so much anger, I wanted to just go in there and just go crazy. But I was like, I'm just going to leave it in God's hand because it's going to come out.
Yeah, it is just because there have been people who have come forward and they have identified you by name. And when I say people, I mean multiple have come forward and identified you by name and have identified that you were, in fact, firing a weapon. Clearly, we have to...
And they said my name?
Yes. That's why we started showing up.
It's not shocking because, like I said, all these stories I didn't heard. I'm like, that did not happen. And these people that wasn't even there, just like, I heard this and they was fighting. Why would y'all sitting there? I'm like, I didn't even see a fight. What are y'all talking about? This didn't happen.
Well, so I can tell you just, if I'm playing devil's advocate as a defense attorney, then I'm going to say, well, other people are out there shooting. How do we know it wasn't them? And if there's 3 or 4 people that sit here and say, Jocelyn Wheeler was out there and she told me she was indiscriminately, had her eyes closed and was shooting.
Her eyes closed and
Yes.
shoot? Oh, no, they didn't tell you that because Jocelyn I'm not going to shoot with my eyes closed.
I know Jocelyn's telling me she wouldn't do that.
Right.
But they have told us that's what
that is crazy. I told
what
them.
you told them is that you had your eyes closed and you were indiscriminately kind of shooting.
He's trying to eliminate you as a suspect.
So defense is going to put that person on the stand and have that person testify and say, wasn't my client that killed her. It was clearly, there's a doubt created because Jocelyn was shooting a gun. So we need to be able to get that gun to be able to say, no, there's no shell casings, or, if there are shell casings you did, then okay, that's fine. From the angle or where you're at, I feel like you would have been justified. I feel like you clearly were in fear for your life. People were shooting at you. And, it sounds like you may even have gotten hit. So, defense of self, I think, is a justifiable reason. But I need for you to be able to, if you did it, you got to be honest with me and tell me, because clearly people are. You're telling me that you didn't, so I'll take your word for it. But we do need you to
And
get...
I definitely agree.
So, let me ask you this. can we take 20 minutes for us to drive you out there and go get that and then bring you back here?
Oh, I can't. I'm the manager.
I know.
We understand.
We understand that.
What about-
The only other option is going to be is I'm going to have to send an officer over there to lock down your house so no one goes in and out. I'm going to have to go get a search warrant, and we're going to have to go through your house and search it to get the gun.
Okay.
And that's going to be like.
So let me see if I can.
So I'm saying if we can just take like 20 minutes and we'll just run down there, because we'll drive it down there. You're right down the street. Obviously, you know exactly where it is, so we can just go put hands on it and we can drive you right on back.
How long does it take to get to your house?
Right off Snapfinger. I just looked it up, so that ain't nothing
we
but
can be
like.
back here in 20 minutes each.
Yeah.
I know. See, I get.
So I'm wondering if you've got.
See, can I ask my assistant if she can come in here?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, if whatever you feel comfortable in doing. I didn't know if you've got an employee that you feel comfortable hanging out for 20 minutes.
Yeah, long, so it'd be the same.
Well, that makes it difficult on you guys then. How are you today?
Good, how are you, sir?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Y'all gonna help my girl out?
Trying.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Yeah, okay.
So no one's at your residence right now?
No, he came here.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is he here?
Huh?
Why is he here?
Because I told him to come up here. Then he called and Jessica told him what was going on. He was headed up here. He was like, what? What's going on?
He didn't have the firearm with him, does he? He doesn't have the gun with him, does he?
Did y'all need to see the car?
I'll tell you, I'd be interested in seeing it just to see your paint job, quite honestly.
It's actually vinyl.
I'd kind of like to see it.
Okay, I was making sure. But we gonna go home.
Kind of think it sounds like it sounds a little cool.
I was like, I don't know if they might want to see the car.
I would like to talk to him if he was there, though, since he's here.
It's here, though. He parked in the back.
Oh, he's in the back?
He
Okay.
parked in the back.
Oh, why didn't you open the door?
Hmm?
I thought you were opening the door.
That's why I was about to for my keys.
Oh, okay.
Because we can chat with him since you said he was out there. Thank you. Go ahead.
494 is trying to raise you.
Sorry, go ahead, 494.
It looks like 200 River Grove Parkway, showing like there's either an apartment complex or a bunch of townhomes. Do you have a certain unit number or anything for me?
Unit B9.
Bravo 9.
It's gone.
Okay, where's he right now?
I think he's
That's him in the car, in the store?
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting vinyl. That's pretty cool.
So that would show up on your video.
Yes, it sure would.
Right. That
You
car
wanna
would
know?
definitely stay out.
Just
Right,
so
that's
can
why I
see it.
said, I'm like, see it, because they definitely would have said camouflage it. That's why when I heard, like, silver being, I'm like, no, you definitely would have.
Is he allowed to step back here?
Oh, he can.
Okay. Oh, wait. Just out here.
Jocelyn returns to her home with police to give them her gun.
Was it unlocked?
Is it unlocked all this time?
I didn't, yeah. I just found it out.
Okay.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but that's what I thought. She told you that I needed my gun. I didn't know you didn't tell me that.
Is the gun not here? Does he have the gun?
He said he bought it for y'all because she told him y'all need the gun.
Where is he at now?
Where? Okay. He said he bought it to Rainbow. She told him y'all need my gun.
Okay.
He said you didn't communicate this with me. He said you didn't. You just left and say 2 words to me.
Well, it's because he disappeared. Like,
Right, that he was
several
walking
times.
around.
Who told
Where
him
is?
that?
The girl that was there, because she heard y'all saying you need my
She
gun.
took it up. Okay.
So where is he now then?
He was headed here now. He's like, I'm almost there. I said, well, we here. We need the gun.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's really my fault because I should have let him know. But still.
Lack of communication. It's all good.
He said, you said you need your gun. I got your gun. I'm like, why you ain't saying that to us?
Well, whoever it was that called him when they really shouldn't have.
As Jocelyn searches for a weapon, her boyfriend arrives.
He said he left the gun there. Like, that's where the gun at. It's in Rainbow.
Well, how's he getting here? How's he getting here? I assume he's driving.
Yeah, but we can go back till you can get the gun out of my place of work.
So wait, he took it in the Rainbow and left it there?
Yes, he said y'all needed the gun. I was like, what? He said, what the f*** you telling you? Saying y'all need the gun. The gun is here.
Okay.
I said, he said, you did not tell me you were in our house.
Well, how did he bring it in there then? Because he left it. He must have had to waited for us to leave before he brought it in.
All that time, he brought it there.
She heard us talking through the bag. She had to have heard him talking to us.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. So.
Because remember I told you he kept calling the store.
So it was either in the car then while we were there, right? So it would have had to have been in the car.
Well, you remember I told you my car was on the way up there.
Yeah, your car. But we saw your car in the back. He didn't come into the store while we were there.
He just said the car was in the back. He told me the car was in the back.
Okay.
He gave me the keys to the car, said the car was in the back. And I'm like, okay, cool, because they probably want to see the car.
So then after we left, he then went to the car and he got the... Howdy.
Who's that? My friend.
Okay. We're just confused about, so who told you to bring the gun?
Can you do something for me? Could you just stay there in the AC for a minute? Thanks.
So who told you to bring the gun up to Rainbow?
I mean, I didn't bring a gun up to Rainbow.
Where is the gun?
Allegedly at Rainbow, I believe.
How did it get to Rainbow?
I'm not sure. But it's at Rainbow, though.
How do you know it's at Rainbow?
Because a worker just told me that.
How would they have gotten it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Either I'm going to go start getting some straight-ass answers or someone's going to go to jail.
We're going to jail.
So let's explain that now.
I mean,
are you a convicted felon or something? Is that why you wouldn't want to say that I don't have the gun? As I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm on probation. I don't deal with
Okay.
weapons at all.
I need you to be straight. Did you bring the gun up there to Rainbow?
No, I did not.
How did the gun get to Rainbow?
I don't know. I guess, didn't Jessica tell you I wanted the gun?
I mean, I think that they was riding around with it. I'm not sure how it got there or whatever.
Well, you had the car, right?
What do you mean the car? Yeah, I have my car.
The camo car.
Yes.
So you had the car.
Right.
The car wasn't there when we got there. The gun wasn't there when we got there.
I was seeing you guys.
The car arrived while we're there. The gun didn't come into Rainbow while we were there.
Jessica told you to bring the gun, right? Because I needed the gun.
I mean, I guess I don't know what's going on. Right?
I don't need it, I guess. I need.
Let me break this down very simply, okay?
Sure exactly.
Listen to me now. We're going to go through this really simply, and we don't give us any of these. Hold up. Hey, look at me. No bullshit answers.
Right.
Just answer the question.
Right.
Okay? The gun was at the house, correct?
All right.
He don't want to get in trouble, like no trouble.
Well, he's
doing
getting
really good.
Okay. Let me explain something to you about where we're starting to look at with why this gun is going back and forth. You're starting to look real bad in this situation.
Why?
Because there's a gun kind of going back and forth, bouncing everywhere.
Because they know you needed the gun. They had to bring the gun to me, but I didn't know.
Then I need him to be honest about that. I'm not trying to hem up his probation for being cooperative.
That's what he gonna think. Like.
Okay. I just flat. Listen. What's your name? Phil?
Yes, sir.
Phil. I don't care about your probation. I'm not trying to hem up your probation.
Right.
But the lying part, I'm not patient.
I can't deal with the lying crap.
I'm not sure how the.
Phil, stop. This is a murder investigation. Okay?
I understand.
I'm not going to play a lot of games of murder investigations. I'm going to give you an opportunity to be honest with me.
Right.
I'm sitting here telling you I'm not trying to hem up your probation.
Okay,
I'm not trying to call your probation officer. If you continue to give me realistically a bullshit story after I'm flat out telling you I'm not trying to screw you.
Yes,
okay, then you're going to leave me very little options other than to end up getting you hemmed up because it is a murder investigation. Okay, so straight up, Did you bring the gun up there because you're trying to be cooperative with her and you just dropped it off?
I believe so. I'm not sure. Though.
You either know what you did or you didn't.
No, I'm not sure exactly.
How are you not sure?
Because I'm not sure
what you did. He's
positioning
because he's positioned because he's wondering whether or not you're going to take a ride today.
A ride for what?
For lying.
For lying?
I can arrest you for a felony for lying.
You said you don't know if you took a gun or not. How can you not know whether or not you took a gun?
I drive the gun. She drives the car sometimes.
How did the gun get in the store?
Okay, I'm not sure.
How did the gun get in the store?
I don't know.
She didn't take it there.
I don't know where the gun is right now. She could be lying. It could not be at the store. I'm not even sure, officer. So if you really want to do that, I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure at all. So I don't want to say yes or no if I'm not sure exactly how anything that happened.
You better listen to her quickly.
Phil, we're really not.
Doesn't matter.
Phil,
I'm listening.
Listen.
What is it?
I'll shake.
What do they want to know?
Phil, I'll shake on it. I'm not trying to you on your probation. I need you to be honest with me.
Can you just tell them you
Bro, if the gun is what is about being cooperative, whatever. I drove up there because you told me to come up there. That's what I did. I don't understand what the heck I'm transferring.
Okay, so
if that's the case, if the gun was up there, yeah, it was up there. Yeah, okay, I just told them that.
No, you didn't.
No.
I told y'all that the gun was at Rainbow because that's what was told to me.
Question was how did it get there?
Okay,
I'm not sure. I just told you that.
Who told you that the gun was there?
It doesn't matter. Okay, what?
Who told you what? Who told you the gun was there? Jessica.
An employee named Jessica.
Okay, how did Jessica know the gun was there?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know how she knows.
Why did she reach out and tell you, oh, by the way, the gun's here?
I'm not sure because there's police involved and somebody said that she needed the gun. She said that she needed the gun. So I'm saying, where's the gun? Get them the gun. What's going on?
Is Jessica the heavier set lady that was working there?
Can you just tell them that you bought the gun because of me?
All right, that's
right.
fine.
Can you please tell them that?
Tell them.
All right. Is Jessica going to be willing to go to jail today?
No. I don't want nobody to go to jail.
I don't want anybody to go to jail either. But I have to be able to establish a
Go
chain of custody on this gun and where it came from and how it ended up where it is.
Can you just?
And right now, you guys have made this such a convoluted story of quite honestly, obvious bullshit that I'm really debating whether or not I got arrest you for felony false statements and then call your probation officer and violate the shit out of your probation, and then you end up getting wrapped into how you had possession of a gun involved in a shooting that resulted in a murder. Okay.
I didn't position it.
And then I got to put more scrutiny on her because people are saying she was shooting a gun.
Okay, well, why don't y'all can go get the gun and say Rainbow. I don't want to stop and stand in the middle of y'all.
I understand that, but the gun was supposed to be here.
Okay, well,
and somehow it managed to get from here to there, and you tell me you don't know how.
Told to bring the gun.
I was about to say, if that's the case, if the gun was in my car, then that's what that means. That means that I drove my car not knowing that the gun was in there, and then the gun is at Rainbow.
That's not going to work for me.
What's not going to work?
Because the gun didn't magically fly from the car.
It's not magically. This is my girlfriend.
To Rainbow.
It
did not.
Drives my car sometimes.
Okay, but who else was in the car with you then that then took the gun out of the car and walked it inside Rainbow?
I mean, I'm not. Nobody else in the car. I was in the.
So then you had the gun.
Is it?
I never had it.
Is it in Rainbow or is it in the car?
It should be in the car outside of Rainbow, I think. That's what I'm told.
Okay.
That's what I was told. It's at
So it's in the
Can
car.
you tell them that you brought it for me?
I mean, whatever. Yeah. Whatever,
okay, thank you. Because I don't want no other confusions. I don't want nobody in trouble for nothing. We're trying to solve double murder, and I want them to have my gun so they can figure it
Who's
out.
probation
yeah, they can
officer?
definitely get it. I'm not even sure. I'm on non-report probation. I'm not
You're
sure.
a non-report. What are you on probation for, sir?
First degree forgery.
She knows something about this. She's talking to people over there at the store. She doesn't want to tell us what's going on at the store.
Anything. Officer, did you see him get in my car?
Okay.
He seen him walking down. He was not in my car. I was right there in the front.
Listen.
And that officer said, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I'm not talking to nobody.
Oh, well, listen, no one's trying to get anyone.
I just called to check on my friend, and then he got in the car. The police seen him get in the car. He was not in my car when I came. I don't have nothing to do with it.
Well, I'm not trying to hem you up. I'm not trying to. I'm really.
He obviously
not
is.
trying
I don't know
to hem
what's
anybody
going on
up.
to say anything.
But I'm going to ask that you not call anybody at Rainbow.
I'm not calling nobody. They call me. I don't know. I just came to check on my friend. I don't know what's going on.
Which one's your friend? Jocelyn
or Jocelyn. And that I don't know. I just know if his name. I don't know him. I don't know what's going on.
You don't know him? Okay.
So when he got in the car, I was like, "What's going on?" He said he don't know.
Did he call you?
Around here.
Did he call you to come get him?
No, I was out there in the front. You can ask the officer.
Okay.
I pulled up.
Where'd you pick him? You pick him up right up front here?
He walked to about to knock on the door. The officer said, "Drive around the back."
Okay, so you just picked him up here. You didn't drop him off to the
No,
area.
I didn't drop him off.
So he got here on his own accord.
Yes, I don't know how he got that.
Okay, thank you. All right, Phil, how did you get here today?
I drove.
Okay, where is the car you drove?
My car's up there at the mailbox.
Was that the camo car?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's the car that the gun would have been in?
Yes.
So where is the gun then now?
In the Rainbow parking lot.
Where in the Rainbow parking lot?
I believe in one of the cars in the Rainbow parking lot. Whichever car.
How did it get into a car in a Rainbow parking lot?
It's in the Jessica, do you know Jessica? It's in, I believe it's in her vehicle, I believe.
Take him into custody. I'm done with you.
It's in her.
No, you're going. So is Jessica. Possibly her, because now she's lying after driving him.
Drive me? She didn't drive me anywhere, but y'all can listen to the story if y'all want.
Well, if the camo car is up here, then she's good to go.
The camo car is up there, so can you take this off?
Well then she'll be no, because you're not being honest with me
How
about the gun.
am I not being honest with you?
So
taking your phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. How are you not being honest? What's going on? What am I charged with?
right now it's going to be obstruction.
Obstruction.
I'm debating on felony false statements.
And we are.
I could throw on there tampering with evidence.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to do with none of that.
You just did it. I mean,
I just did it. I just did it. I just been nothing but honest with you guys.
No, that's
fine. I told you
far from the case.
See, this is what lying does.
That did not need to even happen.
Can I put the car in the garage and get the gun? I don't want the car to stay up there at the mailbox.
Well, let's go see where the car. Why would he not drive it down here?
Oh, because he
got
like I
no
said,
license or
he haven't been doing good. He only got a little bit of time to be off probation. So he is trying to dodge. We got set up by police.
But there's nothing to dodge.
Well, I'm telling you, we have got set up by police. I paid probation for something that they end up throwing out months later. Me and him both. We've been set up by cops.
All right. Well,
So
listen.
he's really going
I understand.
like
Listen.
that because
All right.
the cops set
Come over here real quick. Listen. Phil. Here's what I'll.
Yeah, how am I gonna be calm?
Phil, listen to me. Hold on. Listen to me. She's giving me some history. I'm gonna be straight with you. I will give you this last opportunity to tell me the truth, the entire truth, and you'll go home today.
I'll tell you the entire truth.
Then tell me how the gun get there.
The gun got there allegedly because I drove it.
Nah, done. Allegedly is not going to work for me. Either you drove it or you didn't.
I didn't have it in my possession. I drove it there. I just told you.
Either you took it from the house, put it in the car, and you drove it there, and you.
I just told you I drove the gun there.
Babe, did I have the? Was the gun in the car from last night?
must have been in the glove box.
Did you hear me?
I really don't.
I really don't. That's the last thing.
That's quite honestly. This is absolutely.
Yeah, can I get it?
Are you guys going to try to do warrants on the phone or anything?
Oh, I want the phone.
Yeah, we're keeping the phone. I told him that. Yes, you can have your car. We do want to check it with your consent. Otherwise, we get for the gun.
Oh, if he said.
I don't care what he said. He's already proven that he can't tell the
We're
truth.
going to want to check it as well.
But yeah, so once we do that, you can have a car. No problem.
So you guys only want his phone?
Yeah, just. Ma'am, real quick, do you have your ID just so we have you identified? I'm sorry you're getting wrapped up in all this. I really didn't even want to take him, but I don't even understand why he's not being honest about something so trivial. Oh, precious, okay.
You Detective Black?
I am?
Yeah, I called you back.
Okay. I need to actually re-interview you. Do you know when you can come in and talk to me?
Well, I could come today.
I think I'm going to be tied up with him now.
Tomorrow?
Did you see her out there shooting? Because I'm getting reports that she was shooting.
I honestly don't.
You answered the question.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah, okay.
I'll talk to you.
That's why we're looking for that gun.
Oh, okay.
And if she was shooting, it sounds like she was justified in shooting.
Yeah.
But the reality is, she's saying she wasn't. I think ballistics are probably going to put that gun over there. Several people were saying she was shooting, but she's giving Carissa the ability to say, it wasn't me who killed her, it was her. And her denying that she was shooting and where she was at, when she was shooting, it strengthens Carissa's claim. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let me just say, when she was shooting, was she out near where y'all were as you guys were running away, kind of thing?
No, she fell.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay. But she was not in an area that she could have hit Thumpa when she fired?
They fell side by side.
She and Thumpa did. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was
we
shooting.
We was running together.
She was shooting as you guys are fleeing. Does that?
No. It was like Thumpa yelled that she got shot, and then we were still trying to run together, and then she fell, and like they both had fell together.
Okay. Is that when her gun went off?
No. And then everybody kept on still like shooting.
Okay. When did Jocelyn shoot? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Do you mean
like when did she have her gun and shoot?
Like after Thumper had fell.
After Thumper fell.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was as everyone's kind of running away. Was that when she kind of? Because my understanding it was sort of like a blind.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
Was it shooting towards like where Carissa and them were?
Yeah.
Like in response to being shot at, like defending myself thing?
Yeah, she was.
Okay. Well, that is that the shell cases near the white pickup truck?
I don't know because it was like other people shooting too.
Okay. I was just trying to place like where her shell cases might have been when she's shooting, or was it kind of towards? You got like where Thumpa goes down, and you got like a building over here. Was it kind of this building over
by
here?
The building, and she fell by the grass.
Okay.
So where the blood puddle was, she was right here.
Okay. I think there was like one shell case. Do you remember how many times she shot?
No.
Was it maybe one? Was it more, like less than 6?
It was less than, it wasn't that many.
So just a couple?
Yeah, probably.
So that could be that little shell casing right around there. Okay. All right. Well, Precious, how about tomorrow?
Okay. So is Rocky going to get in trouble?
Is that what he goes by?
Yeah.
He just lied to me about every single thing regarding that gun.
It's because it's like a bad, situation.
I understand that, but I flat out told him, I'm not trying to screw up your probation. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I have to be able to create an evidence trail of where that gun was. And he did everything he could to continue to lie about it, even after I said, dude, all you got to be is tell me the truth. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I mean, I only have very limited options when it comes to that, because I have to be able to establish where the gun came from, how it moved from here to that location there, and it didn't magically float out of the car into the rainbow or into another car. He clearly moved it, and he clearly knew that we were coming here to get it, and he tampered with evidence. And it's an important case.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those things. But how about, what's a good time for you tomorrow?
Whichever time.
How about 9? Okay. Come see me tomorrow at 9?
Okay.
I'll see you then?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Precious. I like your tattoos, by the way. The arm, very good.
Police take Jocelyn back to the store, where they continue to try to establish what has happened to her gun.
So here's your other issue, it was a 9mm. You know, want to gain her guess what Carissa was killed with? A 9mm.
And you specifically said to us, it's not a 9mm like you carry.
No, it is. Jocelyn, I got to know where you were standing when those rounds got loosed and if they came after she got hit. That's kind of what we're kind of the long and short of it. I've got to be able to kind of take you out of the whole scenario.
I got family members of Carissa all on my page looking for me, like all type of stuff. Like, this is more than what you think.
You're not quite following here. He just said he's trying to remove you from that.
Why would Carissa's family members be mad at you?
They all looking for me on every social media, which I don't know.
Well, that's because people are saying that you were shooting.
Hey,
they don't know anything other than that.
Right.
You know, if you're able to kind of provide some details, then people would be a lot more kind of willing to know what the heck's going on, you know? That's, okay. That's the issue you run into. You really do, you've got the reins here on that.
Central 2362, 2378.
This one's yours, right? Okay, I'm going to put it in airplane mode. I got one of two options what I can do with this phone. Either I can do a search warrant and go through it. It's going to take me... I don't know if I can get to it this week, and I know I can't get to it next week.
Bank of America, 1070 Gainesville Road,
So, if you want me to do a search warrant, I'll be happy to do it. If there's probable cause for me to do a search warrant and get into it. The other option is we can do a consensual search, which would mean you need to come fill out some paperwork, and we would put it on, we would just put it on our system to download the phone, and then we could get it back to you as long as there's not some pressing evidence on there that we'd have to hold on to. My personal opinion right now is that I didn't want anybody to go to jail today. And I'm really waiting to see whether or not you're going to finally be honest with me, because I've given you so many opportunities. But you see that my opportunities are limited, and you know for a fact, because you just saw it happen, that I am willing to take people to jail. You've got to make a decision here, Jocelyn.
Central 2287.
I have to account for where rounds went, and I have to make sure you didn't kill her. I don't think you did. I'm just telling you, I think the round that killed her, I've got the person responsible for that.
So why is everybody saying that everybody that shoot going to jail?
2494.
Everybody can say that crap because that's just how the projects talk. That's how. Have I said that?
No, they telling me that's what the investigators saying. If you
Investigate
shot
now.
out there, that you're going to jail.
I can tell you.
It's all on Facebook.
I can tell you. But is Facebook a reliable source of information?
Everybody been saying they coming in Rainbow. Oh, everybody going to jail. I'm like, well, what are people that?
You know how people talk. No. They just gabbing.
Just like they put Jocelyn in it. And said Jocelyn was out there shooting just like this.
And what did I tell you when I first reached out to you? I said, Jocelyn, I want to get your side. I don't want to take what other people are telling me. I want to talk to you. But I have to put some gumption into the fact that I've got a half dozen people who don't know each other and aren't involved and have come to me on separate occasions who said that you had a gun. I have your own friend who just told me out there at your place that she did see you with a gun and you fired off just a couple rounds, but that you were not the one who shot her, and that you fired after she got hit, and it was kind of as you were falling on the ground. I am telling you, like I told him, and I was very honest with him, if you just tell me the truth, I don't have any reason to have anybody go to jail. That's just the reality. Okay? I don't want to waste my time with locking up people who don't need to be locked up, especially when you got kids and everything else, and you really don't have any history. I think that if you were shooting, that you were clearly in fear for your life because you're running away and people were shooting at you. And not to mention, I was going to throw this out there, if you fired a round off as you fell down because your finger happened to be in a trigger well and you fell and it hit it, okay, that's accidental, and you didn't mean to fire it anyway, so that's not even reckless. Okay? Or if you were shooting at people who you could see were clearly shooting at you, okay. But I've got to be able to account for when rounds were fired, and I've got to be able to say, I've talked to Jocelyn. Jocelyn has been honest with me, and I can say that after talking to her, Jocelyn is not someone who I believe is responsible for the death of Ariel Calloway. And that's just what it is. Now, I feel like you've been around people long enough in your life that you can kind of judge whether or not someone's bullshitting you. You've got to be able to understand or to make a decision whether or not you think I'm really bullshitting.
3352 or 3393.
52, go ahead.
The gentleman that I'm 1095 with right now at East, he said that he's got 2 kids that are going to be dropped off at that residence, just for a heads up.
10-4, yeah, we're going to take care of that. So Jocelyn,
Can we go somewhere else and talk with my mom?
with your mom.
Like, I need to talk to my mom too. Like, I need us all around. Like, I need somebody.
You're a grown woman, and this is a murder case.
I know.
So.
And I know I don't have nothing to do with Dumper Deal.
And I've got to go deal with your boyfriend about all this other stuff. I really, honestly, I don't have time to go bring your mom involved and all that just for something that realistically you don't even need to be getting in trouble. I am telling you.
But I don't. I'm telling you, I heard.
Okay.
That's her family member even said everybody. Like, no, everybody's still in jail. That was shooting from when they had their shoot to protect themselves in the neighborhood. Everybody's still.
Are you able to back the line?
Still out there?
Still locked up now.
There's only 2 people been locked up for this.
I heard it was even Precious' cousin. He's still locked up.
Who's Precious' cousin?
I don't know. The dude that was on the picture.
Trey Foster?
No.
There's only 2 people we've locked up associated with this whole thing.
No, the people when y'all went in the house and got all the guns that was in the car garden.
None of those guys are still locked up. They were all dropped back off after we talked. None of those guys went to jail. The only people who have been arrested in anything related to this have been Trey Foster, Sosa.
Is that the big dude?
Yep. And Carissa Cooper.
Is she the one that had red hair?
Yep.
I seen her.
Did you see her shooting at you?
I seen her.
Okay.
2362.
Are you ready to have a very honest conversation? Because if so, we can go back to the police department, we can sit down and have an honest conversation away from all these folks and your business. Yeah, we can do that and go and sit down and then also call someone to come pick up the kids away from all this crap, and we can finally have a very honest conversation about everything you saw, if you're willing to do that. I'm telling you, if you're honest with me, I don't have any reason.
Write something down. Give me your word that this is what you mean is true. Because I've seen cops will tell you certain stuff and the opposite.
You do know I'm recording, right? I am not intending to lock you up if you're telling me the truth. It sounds like you're justified if you were shooting. Okay? It is not my intention to arrest you if you're running away and shooting at someone who's shooting at you in self-defense. I need you to be honest with me then. Okay? That's all I've said the entire time we're here. I know you're scared. I know you're scared of them. Okay? I can tell you, Oriole's family are very reasonable. And they're not going to be coming for you.
Well, I know they're not because I didn't do anything for the
Exactly. And as far as Carissa Cooper, she's made her own decision. That's not you that has put her anywhere. She's already locked up even before any of this.
And she had a 9mm?
She did, yes. Same gun that you had, so you can see where there would be some questions.
2211.
If you're ready to have an honest conversation, we'll go right over down the street and we can sit down and do that. Alright, let me let him know real quick so we can get rid of it. What do you got?
My purse, trying to check on make sure I have to clock out.
Oh, I thought you already clocked out. We can walk in there, yeah. Let's go do that. Hey guys, appreciate the help. Jessica, you got any ID? I need to know how that gun got in your car.
Oh, it wasn't by me.
Okay, who put it in your car?
I guess Rock put it in there.
Not I guess. Who put it in your car?
I didn't see it. I can guess. You got to look at a video. You got to go get the video. I didn't see
How
nothing.
did
I'm in here ringing up first.
How did he get into your car? Is it
My
kept
door
unlocked?
was unlocked. My doors was unlocked.
Okay, so you didn't know about him putting it in your car? No. Why would he have put it in your car?
You got to ask him that. I don't know that.
So, you had no involvement with the gun getting into your car?
I ain't got no involvement. I've never touched that gun. I wasn't there whenever whatever y'all hear about happened. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. No.
Okay. What's your last name, Jessica?
Crawford.
Crawford?
Yes.
What's your date of birth, Jeff? When did you first find out the gun was in there?
Y'all just told me I have not physically
so
seen. No, I've never. Go look at the camera.
Slow your roll for a second.
Just like, no, because I'm pissed. Y'all don't do that. Y'all come in here with all them and doing all this. You should have been came in here and told me something.
Okay.
Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy and all that. No, I don't like no shit like that because I ain't did nothing.
There's a lot of shit I don't like, Jessica.
Okay, that's good.
I don't like charging people tampering evidence with guns in their car. Because the gun, hold on, I'm talking now.
I didn't touch it. I'm
hold
telling
on.
you, but I didn't
I'm
touch
talking
it. I didn't
now.
go out there.
I understand you're saying I didn't touch it. It's in your car, Jessica.
Okay,
so I'm
but
asking you
just
simple
asked me,
questions.
I just told you, and I also told you I know they got cameras out there, so you watch them. I didn't touch them.
Okay.
I didn't go to my car. I've been here rigging up customs. I've been here putting labels on stuff.
So I won't see him walk up with a car with any keys, unlocking those doors or nothing.
You ain't finna see me walk to no car.
Then I think you'd be good. But Jessica, I'm not trying.
No,
hold on.
I'm just saying, y'all just.
I know you're
frustrated.
Stuff like
Listen,
I know you're frustrated.
Stuff like this. Yeah, but then you come here. What's your name? What's your birthday?
Yeah.
I ain't.
Exactly.
Whatever you here for.
Because the gun is in your car.
I don't know how I got in there. I did not physically put anything. I did not physically see anything. I didn't even know where was it. Okay,
I didn't get it out.
Okay.
I'd have to ask the officer.
You need to ask the people. I ain't got. Who?
Did he tell you where it was in the car? Where was it?
It's in the box.
What box?
The glove box? Okay. Okay, so in the glove box of your car is a gun involved that's related to possibly homicide.
Possibly.
Okay, so you need to understand that you're looking at some tampering evidence charges, things like that.
You gotta tell me, you gotta mess with me.
So that's why I'm trying to be straight with you here, and I'm not trying to bust on you. This is just the reality of what it is.
No, I'm just saying when you ask for my name and all that, I don't even like. I don't like that.
Of
you
course.
have the evidence.
It's in your car. I've got to have all that information.
Yeah, like I'm trying to have to take it somewhere. I ain't touching.
But he's gonna. I can guarantee you what he's gonna tell me because he's pretty much already said I don't know nothing about nothing. You got to ask Jessica how it got in her car.
Nah, I don't believe it.
So
you better watch it.
You don't believe it?
Walmart got.
Did he basically say it was on Jessica? Ask Jessica how it got in her car.
He said he don't know.
He said, what else did he say?
He told us to ask you if it's in your car.
Do you see where there's an issue? Okay. So, people are going to ask the question, one, how would he have gotten it in your car? Because a reasonable person doesn't leave their car out here unlocked. Right? Reasonable people.
I do when I go back and forth.
Well,
I go back and forth.
Okay, so reasonable people don't typically leave cars, unlocked.
Can I ask her about my kids?
Did you call Precious?
No, I'm saying, I don't have my phone.
Do you know her number?
No.
I know Precious number.
Can you give her the number real quick so she can call her about the kids?
I got it on phone.
Okay. That way we can make sure someone's watching her kids.
Well, yeah, I just gotta go pull the camera and see how I got in my car.
Because I'm asking you, and you're saying you didn't give him keys, you didn't unlock the car, and you did not.
Right here.
Okay, listen.
Nobody my keys, never.
Jessica, I'm just trying to confirm. You didn't.
Okay.
You didn't give him the keys. You didn't unlock the car for him, and you had no knowledge the gun was in your car.
No.
And the only time you first heard about the gun being in there is basically when that officer came in here and said.
The only thing that happened was they asked to use my car earlier. Nobody used my car. Nobody took my car. My car been sitting there all day. Go look at the cameras.
Did you lock your car when you got out?
I got my, no, I didn't lock my car. Because I got my, I sell clothes and I sell hair. I got my clothes and my hair out the car. Because I had to show somebody some stuff. And I'm looking dead out the window. Who's going to my car?
That's a good question.
Did you ever see him go to your car?
No, not at that point. Like I said, I had customers in here doing this inventory.
Does this store have a camera that faces
71, Midtown Village. We're going to have a little community event out here.
Do y'all got an outside camera? Walmart. Use Walmart.
Does Walmart's camera extend to here?
They should.
Not it should, does it?
It should. I don't know. It should.
They
How you think we gonna know that? I just thought
because
yesterday.
you kept saying go check Walmart's camera.
Is that because I said that's why it should? Because usually Walmart is a parking lot. Usually Walmart on them little poles right there, they got cameras.
Jessica, what's your address?
ESSEX. S's Court.
Oh, S's Court. Okay.
It's one of those over on
122 S's Court.
It's down the street. Yeah.
3605, isn't it? What's your phone number? All right. The reason I'm asking you because I can guarantee you when I go talk to you, you call him Rocky. When I go talk to Rocky, Rocky's
I ain't never touched the gun.
Rocky's gonna tell me. Rocky's gonna tell me because if I recall correctly, and I have to go back and review. I think you already said this that he gave basically the gun to you, or that the gun was here and you fashioned it going from wherever it was, from their car into your car. That it was you who did all that.
If y'all don't look at them damn cameras, I have never.
So I'm just.
I have never.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to establish.
So,
you had nothing to do with moving a gun.
Nothing.
Given any permission to put the gun in there.
Didn't touch them, nothing.
You never gave him permission to go in your vehicle.
Nope.
Okay. Would you be upset with him going in your vehicle?
I know Rocky. So
okay, so you're fine with him going in a vehicle.
I know him. I hang with her. We hang together. I went with them. Whatever y'all question about, I went there that day. That's all I know. I went with them that day. So I don't know nothing about that. Okay. But any other time, we usually together.
But you had no knowledge the gun was there, didn't put the gun there, had no orchestrating of the gun being put there, nothing at all to do with the gun. Have you made any phone calls to Rocky about telling him that we needed the gun? Yeah, did you call him and say, hey, the police need the gun up here?
No, he told me to call him.
Okay, so when did you call him?
I called him when he was outside because he needed his keys. His keys was in here.
Okay, so you never called him and said that the police were up here, you need to come up here?
He was here. Why would I have to call him?
He was already here?
He was outside, yes.
Well, he didn't show up until after we were already here.
No, he didn't. He been here. You didn't see him. He been here. He been out there. Matter of fact, he been in the store.
Did you tell him
that
we needed the gun?
No. No.
Okay, you never told him that we're going to need the gun and to bring it for her so that it could be turned over? Okay. Now, I can tell you he's going to say that you did.
He already has.
He already has, and she can tell you the same thing because she was standing there when he said it.
That's him then. I ain't got nothing to do with it. He told me to call him. And then he came back in here to get his keys that was left over there.
I've got his phone.
And y'all was in here. Y'all didn't see the keys over there?
Central 2290, 2288.
Little truth goes a long way, doesn't it?
290 Central. I'm busy on PD with
I'm telling the truth. What you talking about a little truth? What do you mean a little truth? Y'all was in here. Y'all didn't see them keys right there that I picked up and sat down. Y'all didn't see that.
We're going to go back and talk to him.
I know that. I'm just saying. You didn't see them keys right there. I'm just
talk,
trying to make sense
talking
of it.
over me doesn't talking over me doesn't help.
I'm not talking over you.
You are talking over me.
Y'all seen the
So
keys.
now's when you should stop talking and listen. Jessica, when we check his phone, if we find communications on that phone between him and you, then that proves or that backs up his story about you, which means you.
No, it won't. Then I'm gonna go get the camera from Walmart.
Well, I'm just
We're not relying on.
I'm just listen, Jessica. What I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on, listen.
And then you hold on. Let me ask you this: how you gonna believe him?
Because there are more facts to back his story than yours.
Listen, Jessica.
Y'all be trying to do
Jessica.
Okay, whatever. Y'all go do what y'all gotta do.
Okay, listen to me. Hold on, listen to me.
Cause y'all sound about crazy. Don't be inviting me in nothing that I ain't got nothing to do with.
Okay.
Were you able to
go down there and tell Rocky whatever they talking about to clear this?
Did you get Precious? Because I want to make sure your kids are squared away before we go. So we're good on that.
Can you just make sure that we call?
Okay.
Did you call Chris?
She said she would, but it's 3, so I don't know how far or what. I didn't give her.
Okay, listen. I know you're stressed out.
Yeah, don't put
me
in. I ain't got nothing to do with. Ooh.
That's why I'm asking you. Because listen, if he said, "Hey, can I put this in the car?" then just be honest about it. Because it will end up being on the phone. And understand that if there's stuff that backs up his statement and it shows that you are in fact lying, I will have to charge you with tampering of evidence. That's a felony charge. And I don't want to charge people who don't need to be charged. I'm just asking for truth.
I don't have nothing to do with what they got going on. I called him when he told me to call him. He wanted to know what they were doing with her. That was it.
Because he did say
he wanted to know what was going on. That's his girlfriend.
He told us that you told him that we wanted the gun.
Can you tell them that you pretty much knew what was going on?
Did you tell him anything that you heard us talking about a gun?
Can you tell?
I didn't hear what y'all told her.
Right,
what happened was he called me and said, "What's going on?" I said, "They in the back talking to her." you need to come up here.
Okay.
He been sitting outside.
But you never mentioned anything about a gun.
He been walking for
Did you
y'all
mention
walking back
anything
and forth.
about a gun to him?
No, I didn't even know nothing about
Good to
the
go.
gun.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Guys, I appreciate it. No, very unusual situation.
Yeah, I was asking where that money going.
Oh, I got
So thankfully not. Man, sure ain't that to run out of here in a hurry. Run into that. All right. The gun is at our office.
Okay. We're going to go back and have a chat.
Yes.
Guys, y'all be good. Be safe.
It's always a good day on the road, right?
Well, this is just more complicated than it ever needed to be.
Investigators take Jocelyn down to the station.
Is this in the car?
Your choice.
Oh, it's probably cold in there.
It may be. Let's go this way. We're very comfortable. Some people do say it's a little chilly. Turn left. Yeah. Just come straight over here. You can sit in any one of these chairs that's most comfortable for you. That one? Okay. I'll get this out of your way.
Alright, what did you want to do with the phone? You want to do the consent while you're here, or do you want us to do a search warrant?
What's the search warrant? I can't get my phone back.
Nope, that's going to probably be a couple weeks before I can get to it.
We just have to have time to do that, and it's part of everything else. The consent is a form.
I know I won't have time to do it this week. I know I won't have time to do it next week. So it would be at least after that.
So I'll be phoneless or?
Well, without that one.
Without this one.
We would prefer to just be done.
I mean, it's your decision. I'll do it however you want. I'm being very honest with you. I've got a lot on my plate for this week.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm in a class all
Like,
next
put
week.
my fingerprint in? What am I supposed to do?
We would get, I got a consent form that I'll have you sign. We'll get whatever PIN code that you use, and we'll just walk it, run it over there to forensics, and they would do it while you and I are having a conversation.
And
So it'll be while you're here. Alright, let me grab the consent form real quick. We'll get that square.
Okay. You can sit down if you like. Drag the chair around to the front if you want. Whatever. If you want to pull it up here, if you're more comfortable. Whatever. You have enough drink in there? Do you need some water?
Probably water, because this kind of making me jittery. I haven't.
Can you bring a water when you come back? Do we have one?
That's one right here? Yeah, that's good.
No.
That's it.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, here you go. Okay, go ahead. Hey, wait just a second, please. I don't want to pretend like I can type this and adequately listen at the same time because I can't. Okay, go ahead.
I was, you said it was 9mm that killed Thumper. Carissa had a 9mm, and from that angle, why am I still being questioned about Thumper's death if you already have a gun that Carissa had?
You're going to let Detective Black talk to you about this? No, I'm going to because it's his case. He has all the facts, and that's why. I don't want to give you a partial fact or something that I'm fairly sure on. He does know, so we're going to go from that route, okay? I think that'd also be more fair to you, too, to get the right answer one time. So.
Police are told that another resident, Verkita, had a clear view of the shooting.
Police. Police.
Hey.
Hi. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
I ended up getting a job and I gotta get a test down there today. But guessing you wanna see the gun shop room.
I will. What happened yesterday? You were supposed to come by.
My son ended up having a lot to do yesterday with football practice, and we had to go get him some cleats. He on outgrow, so I just, as you see, I can run around my head cut off.
Sure.
I just didn't have the time, and then when you had called me, okay, sorry. Hi, I'm Rakita.
Nice to meet you.
She's my home. I slept on the sofa last night. Didn't make it to the bedroom.
All right. Well, we've all been there.
Yes, it's more comfortable. Okay. Well, what happened was I'm friends with Sandria, which I know Thumper too, but I'm always out there visiting her and my other friend Quill. As you see, I don't stay out there.
Now I've heard Kriya's name. What's Kriya's? I've heard Quell. Okay.
Yeah, Quill. And
Who's that really though?
huh?
What's her real name?
Marquella.
Marquella. Okay, I think I've talked to Marquella.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And I guess on my way out, well, previous it was a kids fight out there when I initially came.
Yeah.
And the mom, one of the kids' mom was out there, I guess talking to the kids, and the police was out there at the time. So
Okay.
everything was quite over with until I think one of the girls' mom stopped by, the other girl kid mom stopped by and said something to one of the kids that's down there that were fighting.
Was this when they were kind of shouting back and forth from like the middle down?
Yeah, then she drove off, and all I know, everybody started to gather outside.
Sure.
And at this time I'm getting in my car because I'm finna head to the store. So with Quail, okay, the girl people house who I was drunk with, the playground, and then my friend Quail stayed in that building. So I'm leaving from Quail's building, going where Thumper and everybody was standing there.
Towards the middle.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle. I'm in my car in the middle of both gun fights. So when I realized, okay, I pulled out, and I realized I heard a pop. I'm like, okay, maybe they popping fireworks. Then I heard
Just while you're in the car, right?
yeah, so when I got in the car, because I see Quail them to my right by the brick wall and the trash can. So I got in my car.
When you say Quell, then you mean Quell?
Marquella, yes.
Yeah, Marquella and Standria.
Yeah, all of them.
Thumpa.
So I see them to my right. So soon I got my car to look back, back and see what was going on, because the people where the shooting came from, they behind my car. So soon I got out my car's in the middle thing, a bullet just hit me, like boom, it just hit me like.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It hit me, so at this time I hit the floor and just get back in my car and flood the scene like I just hit every speed bump it was. So by the time we get back, they go check on Quail them, because there was so many rounds of guns just going out, different sounds, different guns. I'm scared at this time, I'm panicking. So by the time I get back to the back side where I can go check on my friends, make sure Juju them straight, Quail was okay. I see Thumper and Precious and all of them hit the ground, but I'm thinking all of them just hitting the ground because they shooting. You know what I'm saying? I didn't actually think Thumper or anybody was shot. So by the time we got back up there, Thumper was shot. Her sister Sandria and me, we both get our shirts out the car. And it was just so much blood that we just didn't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? So it was different crews out there shooting. I'm sorry, I get so emotional.
That's okay.
It was different crews out there shooting though, so we don't know. I feel like my gun had to come from, my wound had to come from down there because how my
from
car.
From the playground area?
Yes, because how my car was in the driveway, in the middle of the place, and how the bullet hit me, and it,
I'm turned this way, so the bullet hit me this way, and struck like it just.
So did you get hit like as soon as you get out of your car? Are you still like standing at the driver's side?
No, soon Quail could tell you, because Quail's sitting here watching me. I'm looking like, what the hell going on? I'm shocked. Like you got your music on at first. It's like, boo, boo, like, what the fuck? So I just slam on brakes, like, what the fuck? I don't know where it was coming from, you know what I mean? Because the group of people was up here shooting, and the group of people down here shooting. I don't even know why nobody was shooting. I was so confused, like, what's going on? What's happening right now?
So the initial shooting that starts, are you saying it starts at the playground?
It started behind me. The initially first
Because you're facing towards that exit that goes.
I'm facing towards Thumping them. Like, I'm in the middle car. Thumping them is right here.
Did you ultimately stop? You know that building where Thumpa ends up.
Yes, I stopped right there before you go up that hill.
Okay, so right there, almost where if you made a right, you would have been in the parking lot.
Right there, I would have been in the parking lot.
Okay, so you stopped.
The trash can, the little green, what do you want to call it? The little green, injury box or something that we all sit on sometimes. It's
a little power box.
Yeah, so we all right here. I'm right here in the middle of the road. Shooting is coming.
And you stopped because there was initial one gunshot, right?
Well, I heard boop bloop, but I'm thinking maybe I'm hearing stuff because my music's on. So when I slammed, I heard a boom boom bow. That's when I'm like, okay, they shooting for real now, because it was different guns. It didn't sound, all of them didn't sound like the same gun. So maybe I'm thinking, they're shooting fireworks at first. And then it went to, and you heard, ping, pow, the bullets bouncing off of things. And I don't know if I got ricochet or the bullet grazed me. All I know, as soon as I got out and I got halfway to my trunk, I got hit, and I jumped back in the car. I don't know what it was, but when I looked at it, I was like, okay, it was a bullet, because I was burnt. Like, mine was initially burnt. Like, you could tell some hot had hit me. And all this you see as now, like an NK, all this meat right here, it still bleed, was gone. It was like a little dent. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe I got grazed by a bullet. But with Thumper bleeding out, the ambulance taking forever to get there. The police wasn't on call till the ambulance come up there too. They said they figured I was safe. So we just panicking. I'm in a general rush. Gigi's panicking, falling out. It was just so much going on that my general rush, I wasn't really feeling it until after. After this, when I started feeling the pain, once we got to the hospital and all this stuff, that's when my pain hit me, and I feel like, okay, I really did get shot.
So did you go see any doctors for it or anything?
No, I didn't. We just
I'm going to kind of back up a little bit because that was a lot of information.
Yes,
I know you're excited about it because it's like reliving the experience.
Yes, it is.
It's very traumatic, I'm sure.
It was.
So you get out of the car. There was a couple of shots. You weren't sure if there were shots because you maybe music. But you stop the car and you get out and you start making towards the trunk.
Yes,
and that's when gunfire just starts coming. And you're saying that gunfire. That gunfire is coming from the playground, kind of.
Yes.
It would be kind of ahead of you at that
because
point.
My door was still open. So
who was shooting at you?
No, I don't think they were shooting at me.
Who was shooting in your direction?
I'm just be honest. They were saying the people who were down there. I know. I had just seen my ex-boyfriend, so this was another reason I had pulled out. I know it was Sosa down there, Clarissa was down there, because I know she had a gun, because J-Bo just had said to her, why is you going down there with all that stuff? Because J-Bo was sitting there talking to us about crack kids, that somebody need to do something about her kids, get her up out of this. I know for a fact she had a gun. And
Carissa?
Yes, and Trey
Foster?
I don't know his last name. I just know they call him Sosa. I'm from uptown.
Now, was Trey down towards Carissa?
Yes.
Okay. And was he shooting towards y'all?
I didn't see him with his gun. I just know that he was down there, and everybody kept saying that he had the automatic. That's all I kept hearing, that he had automatic. I know that he carried sometimes, but I never see him with the gun. Like when they say automatic,
like a rifle?
Some that shoot a lot of rounds. That's all I was hearing. The clip,
so
whatever it might
who actually saw Sosa shooting then?
I guess a lot of people seen him with the gun because his name. Everybody thought out there that his gun was the one that hit her, and he made up Facebook. It was a lot going on.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because nobody seems to want to tell us that Sosa was down there, so everyone's telling me it's just
I don't care
Carissa.
because I got hit. Carissa was the main one that they said that was shooting. Like, it wasn't no air shoot. You were directly shooting in the crowd, which I believe.
So you're saying Sosa was shooting in the air?
Most of the dudes was shooting in the air.
Okay, so the guys are shooting in the air, and Carissa's actually pointing at
because she
everybody.
was saying that she was feeling like that all the group of girls or who was up there was gonna jump on her little family, which the fight had been over with for hours. And then plus these are kids fighting. We all grown.
Yeah.
These are kids fighting. Them kids gonna fight today, be back friends tomorrow.
So, I mean, let me just ask you. I know a lot of people want to tell us, well, I heard, but did you actually see Sosa shooting in the air?
I didn't see.
And let me preface this by telling you.
I didn't see Carissa or anybody shooting because in that moment.
Sosa is locked up, by the way, and he's not getting out anytime soon.
Okay, I didn't know
Okay,
that either.
yeah. So if there's, and I know a lot of people are scared of him because he's a
No,
bad
I'm
guy.
not scared because it's my life is more important. I feel like Sosa, he had been through that before with his sister or cousin, whoever died a couple years ago on the Black Road. So he swear that he ain't had nothing to do with it from what Facebook, social media say. I personally can't say who had a gun because when they shoot, I'm not saying like, oh, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Who got it? I didn't even see Carissa with a gun.
So let me ask you, who is telling you that they saw Sosa and Carissa?
Everybody. Everybody at
Do you
that
have
time
any
and moment.
specific names of anyone who can say that they saw Sosa out there with a gun? I had a lot of people pointing at Carissa.
See, Carissa would think because I got the way she with her lingo with basically telling her, oh, I got license to carry. That does not give you license to kill or license just to shoot. You only can do that if you in the protection. You're not beefing with anyone. You're not arguing with anyone out there. But Carissa did walk down the sidewalk past all of it and said what she had to say and went down on her cousin. Not even 10 or 15 minutes later, boom, everything went mayhem.
But what did she say?
There ain't nobody gonna fuck with the Coopers. Anybody finna fuck with the Cooper. Anybody finna jump on my cousin. These are teenagers. You act like your cousin Quack or Keisha out here fighting. These are grown-ups.
Did she say she was going to shoot it?
Yeah, she had a gun kit.
Oh, so she had her gun right there, proudly displayed.
Yeah,
and so she's saying no one's going to the Coopers. Was she saying I'll shoot the place up or anything like that? Or?
She was just saying, when J-Ball asked her, he asked her what you doing with the gun down there. She was like, cause they all talking about they gonna jump on us, on the Coopers. Like basically they move, I'm shooting. Like that's what she was basically saying. If anybody moved, it was going on. So I know Carissa personally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, wrong is wrong and right is right. I know her personally, so I'm not gonna throw her up on the bus. But Carissa got the on. Soon as everything got everybody, all the other was still out there. She the only one that fled the scene and got the hell on. Wouldn't talk nobody. When even the girl's mom that was dealing with the shooting, didn't go nowhere. Carissa got the hell on, and then I just felt like the thing what she was saying, it led to her. I can't understand. I seen Carissa do it. I did not see her.
So now
shoot.
Is Sosa friends with the Coopers? Is that his associate?
Sosa cool with everybody.
Okay.
That's why I don't feel like he was aiming to shoot directly up in the crowd. I don't know. I can't really say. Was not there when a situation occurred with the kids.
Who was around right there when the shooting starts at the playground?
Everybody. Like it went no. Everybody that was outside, anybody could have been a victim. It could have been any of us. It was kids out there. It wasn't like.
How many people were shooting from the playground side?
Oh Lord, I can say I heard about 3 to 4 different guns.
3 to 4 different guns. Okay. So one of them obviously being Carissa's, because you're saying she's pointing at she's the only one pointing at the crowd shooting from what you're hearing. Okay. Then you've got Sosa shooting in the air. That's the second one. Now I've also heard Quack's cousin.
I don't see it's the younger kid. I'm 31.
Okay.
I don't know the younger kids or the group, and I'm not from this side of town. I'm used to uptown girl. I'm an uptown girl. This is my first time staying on this side of town.
Well, so have you heard
I don't know
else
any of
other than
those
Sosa and Carissa?
No.
What are you hearing?
Those are only 2 names that I heard.
Those are the only 2? Okay.
And I know other people were shooting,
But you're saying the initial rounds start from the playground, and is that when all the girls up on the hill fall down like Precious and those initial rounds?
Yes.
And then it sounds like after that, gunfire everywhere.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Soon I remember like this clearly actually. We stopped. I wasn't even gone 2 seconds, and soon I don't know. I felt like a victim because soon I pulled off. I'm literally parked right here beside Platinum apartment, and Carissa, I was standing on a little corner where I back up in the handicap spot right there. I always back up right there because people be complaining about their parking spot that stays there. So I always park right there. And all of them are standing on this corner by this tree. The playground here, the corner right here, the tree, my car. I pull out. I might even pass Quail building next to the trash can yet before the gunshots underneath. I'm not even past the whole building yet. And then I heard bop, bop, bop. Then you heard boom, 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 bop, boom, bop. It just like automatically start just back, just like that. So at this time, I'm in traffic, so I'm panicking because I'm in the middle. There's nowhere I could die. They can shoot my car up. I'm really, I'm scared. I'm panicking. So I don't know. All I know was just flee. I hit every speed bump and went out the neighborhood, and I parked on the back side to make sure that Quail them was okay. When I got there, I actually thought Dredgy was hit because she was on the ground, panicking from her sister being hit. So it was just
Standria?
Yes. So it was just, I don't know, at the moment it's just so much going on and you panicking, you scared at the same time that I'm not really paying attention to who's shooting or who got the gun. I don't know, whoever down there had on white tees. I know that much. The people had on white tees. And that's all I see. I don't see no faces, I just see the white tees.
And that's just the group of people down there?
Yes.
Okay. And who all did you, so people you saw with a gun at least before that was Carissa, because she was up there kind of running her mouth and making some threats, and you ain't gonna mess with the Coopers, and I'll shoot you.
Yes, basically what she was basically saying.
And so she walks up there.
She wasn't even there when initially the fight started out. You wasn't even there, so I was confused.
But she walks up there to like make contact with other folks kind of towards the middle. Makes all of her threats.
Well, J-Bo stays up here where Thumper got stayed. Thumper got stayed and J-Bo stayed in that building. So you was coming from that direction. Her cousin, Mount On, and her name Cooper, stayed beside J-Bo.
Yeah.
So all y'all was coming from up that way. Mount and all them, all y'all.
But she goes up there, runs her mouth, and then she goes back towards where you're saying they're all hanging out.
She walking, okay, we standing here on the sidewalk. You walking from a J-Bo. You saying what you saying, you walking past us, but you going down to the crack them house.
Okay.
Like, but you gotta walk past J-Bo and all us to get down to the crack house.
So you're making sure it's known, basically.
Yes.
And when she gets down there with the other guys, how long after she gets there does the shots start getting fired?
The police finally told Shauna them to come on, let go. The police were gone probably 3 minutes, 2 minutes, the most.
So was she walking back like after the police had
She walking while the police was out there.
Okay.
She walking down there. The police up here tell Shauna, because Shauna was down there.
So it's probably 30 plus minutes before the shots fired?
No,
quicker than that.
No, it was quicker than that because I remember the other little child who fight, her mom pulled up and stopped right there and said something to them because I remember she had that blue and white stick like a peppermint, I'll never forget it. And she said something to them and Dick would routed them back up. And when she pulled out, after that, the police left, police left while she left, about 2-3 minutes. 3 minutes after that, because I'm in my car to go to the pack store, they started shooting. It was not even 5 minutes, like we just said, the police had just left.
So she basically runs her mouth, she walks back, police are leaving, she walks back to the playground, and all of a sudden shooting starts.
The lady pulled out, probably 5 minutes after the lady left, the big lady whose daughter it was, the shooting started.
Okay. And what you're hearing from folks is that Carissa was shooting into the crowd and the other guys were shooting into the air.
Basically, because this was her family. Basically, everybody turned on her and basically was telling, us, the family members and the friends, oh, we don't know why she was doing this. Oh, we didn't know she was shooting in the crowd. Stuff like that. So that would kind of happen.
But she said ahead of time she was going to shoot folks.
Yeah, she was like, ain't nobody finna come in here ain't nobody the Coopers. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all can jump on the Cooper. It's 14-year-old and 16-year-old that's fighting.
And she had the gun in her pocket right there.
Yeah, she said she had it on her. I guess she said she had a little book bag and she had her stuff on.
What did the book bag look like?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
Do you remember just the colors?
No, I can't. I don't know. I guess, so much stuff going on. I just, you're not, what they had. I don't know. I didn't know she had on her little braids. And that's I can remember her braids.
What color were her braids?
I want to say burgundy.
burgundy, like burgundy red kind of thing?
I
Were they
wanna say
short or
burgundy.
long or?
I thought they were like the new braids that everybody getting with the little
I mean, did they go like down or back, or were they just to her shoulders?
They down. I
They
don't say down to her
okay.
back, but
So they're
I know
long.
they pass her shoulders.
Okay, so they're fairly long.
Yes.
Do you remember what the gun looked like?
No, I know she had the gun. I don't know if it was in a holster. I think I want to say it was in a holster. That's why I want to say it was in a holster.
Anything unique about it at all that you can recall?
No, because while she's talking, I'm thinking, while she's talking, I'm saying out loud. You know, I'm talking to my friend, like, what is the big problem? Like, why they carrying on like this? You know what I'm saying? While she's talking, I'm thinking, like, oh, let me get ready to go. Because,
Like, why is she acting a fool?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking to myself while she doing all that talking. I'm thinking, like, what the I'm sorry, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the problem is? Like, what's going on?
But
Like, what?
isn't that kind of how she normally acts, though?
But my thing was, my little cousin shot her brother last year, coming up year. You was so destroyed. You was destroyed. You this, that, and I'm thinking like, you just lost your brother to gun violence. Why would you pick up a gun and do this to someone else? So that was my whole thing about you walking around with a gun. You big and bad. You Peru this, the gang this. This is what you've been on lately since your brother passed.
Well, so she's Pyru?
Yes.
Okay, that's what she's claiming.
So.
Is that why she had burgundy?
Maybe so. Yeah, you're right. So I don't even know what color, but that's what going on around there. Like, I didn't even know she was in the gang. But when I had reached out to her last year, like, you know, just
Is that when she started talking about the Pyru stuff? Is when you reached out last year? Is that
well, now I just really her on it's like Facebook Messenger, Snap, and all the little things that you watch. Instagram, I really follow her more on Instagram because I'm not really a Facebook person. So all that stuff just kind of.
Okay. So but you're saying Sosa's down there with her.
Sosa, I don't even know half. I don't even know them shooters out there. I can't say their name. Boo boo boo.
But it's Trey, aka
Trey,
Sosa.
and about 2, 3. It was a group of people.
But they're down there with her.
Yes.
Okay. Not up there near the truck or nothing.
No, they was not my truck or J-Bo, none of the apartment. They was not down there.
Do you know who was shooting near the truck?
No, because I couldn't see that far from my car down the hill.
Do you know who was shooting from J-Bo's place?
No, so they were up the hill leg where thumping all them. I can't see, over the truck up there because I'm, down here. And you got to, up the hill, so I couldn't see. And at this time, when they started really shooting up that way, I'm linked over, in my car, trying to get on the floor, board. So, because I think the shooting started one time, but then it started again. Like, they stopped, and then it started.
You say up
again.
there, you mean the playground?
Up there by J-Bo house.
J-Bo. So first, you're talking like the first shot comes from J-Bo's house?
No, like once they started shooting, once they stopped.
Or you're saying once it starts shooting from the playground, then they start shooting?
Up there.
And there's like, they shoot a couple times, and they shoot again?
Yeah, then once Carissa them started shooting, they started shooting again.
They started shooting, okay. Were they shooting at anybody or just shooting?
They were shooting in the air.
In the air, okay.
Like you see, they arms like this. You know what I'm saying?
So you literally saw the guys are standing out there and they're all
you just see their arms or guns like this, and then down there, like I said, behind me, right in here, Carissa them, I couldn't see nothing because it was like, I know Sosa had to back up right there.
Had to back up where?
Where your apartment was at.
Where is?
Right beside Quack's apartment.
Okay.
So I went back up right there, and I think a car was like back up. I mean, you know how you back in a car like right here, blocking you, two cars in. There's a car right there.
What kind of car was Sosa in?
I want to say his little red car.
His little red car? Okay.
Because I know the boy I was there who framed him, he was in a little silver car. So when I seen...
Now, did Sosa leave in a red car, or he ended up leaving in a truck?
See, I don't know about time.
Because you're saying it sounds like he's blocked in.
Yeah, but see, so I think Sosa wanted to be part between Nate. That's why I want to say he was part between Nate. Because my car was parked on the end, and whoever parked right there where my car is where the car was back.
Now who's Nate?
Nate.
Nate. Where's Nate stay?
I don't know. With the girl who called in, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
See, I don't know about everybody's name. Like I said, I'm from uptown.
So now, does Quell? You said Quell is right next door to Quack.
Yeah, she stayed in the building, the top apartment up next door to Quack.
So was Quell out there and saw all this stuff?
She seen all of it.
Well, how come she's not telling me?
She talked to you.
She talked to me, but she didn't tell me she saw everyone shooting.
Yes, because she was on the ground. I'm screaming, Quell, make sure she's okay. Because her domain went in the other big girl. I know I see them on my right side. My car right here.
And I know people are kind of scared. Like I said, I know people are scared of Sosa because he
I don't care because I got hit, so I feel like I don't care. Right
Well,
is right and wrong one. Somebody lost their life.
Exactly.
An innocent person and a newborn baby. I don't feel like it's not right. That night I was telling them crack. I don't know. I feel like they should get put out because it's not dishes. It's incident. It's things on top of things on top of things. You can't handle your kids, baby. You don't need the privilege to stay in low income. That's how I feel about the situation.
Yeah.
I got a son, he only got one child. It could have easily been me. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was not right. And you not talking is not going to make your neighborhood safer.
Exactly.
That's how I just feel about the situation. That's why I work my ass out to just stay from that type of situation. My child won't even be around, stuff like that. And it's sad that we can't go visit our friends without putting, our lives in danger.
I agree.
Like, I don't know social like that. He's cool. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I had bought a little weed from him last year when I was smoking, and that was just it. But I don't know him personally. I know that he had the little incident that happened on the Black Road, the shooting a couple years ago. I know he had something to do with that. His sister, somebody got killed. That's the only reason I really know him like that. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't care who did it with. And that's all I know. For me, panicking, being scared, that's all I can remember.
All right. Do you mind if I take a photograph of that leg real quick?
Yeah, I wish I would see. My mama was just trying to make me
This
go.
down real quick.
But at the time, like, you scared. Don't know who gonna. Our other friend died in a car wreck a couple months ago. RJ on Tennessee, they got thrown out the car.
Sorry to hear that.
And we did for her birthday Thursday, sipping paint. And she always saying stuff, so we did.
That's great.
And that's why I hate it for Judy because she
here in the
just
sun
lost
real
somebody else that's really close to her. But my mom tried to get me to go to the hospital. But you scared and social making threats on Instagram. It was just too much going on.
Sosa's making threats on Instagram?
Nobody gonna fuck me, such, and da. And I'm just like, because Sandra just going through the most. We can't say justice for Thumper. They saying we snitches. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Sosa is a interesting fellow.
They saying we snitches and stuff like that because we want to tell. Like, I just think that's crazy.
You guys are standing up for your community.
They told me to stand up. It was way worse than it is.
Do you have any pictures of it that you took?
I did.
Okay. Do you have any videos of anything that went on that day, or the fights or anything?
No, see, I'm not the type. I really, we grow up. I grew up out there. Kids are gonna be kids.
Yep.
What makes the situation worse when we grown up get into it? I just had to go to school. Like I said, my child, I'm rough rider. I don't teach my child. Somebody's bullying my child now. I believe in kids are gonna be kids. And us as adults, we supposed to handle it the right way.
Yep.
I just felt like it wasn't that serious to me to even get involved in it. Even when, like, our group, Dre, me, Sandria, Thumper, and all of was not even, studying what was going on between Crack and the ocean. Like, we wasn't even studying what was going on. We always just stay out there and just chill. But Thumper, how she got hit because she stays going. The way she was going home. So that's how she really got hit. You know what I'm saying? She had her baby, her sister had her baby. We were just all sitting there laughing at Macy. May showed us a little picture like, I'm not a baby no more. We were just sitting there chilling and everybody started to peel off. We can go our own way. And then when everything went crazy.
So, but you're saying Quell was down there, she would have seen everything.
Quell was right there by the, okay, you see Quell being it's like a brick wall right there for the green track game. Quell right there, because the man had to snatch her down. Quell is Juju's best friend. So, that's why I'm scared of why she say she wants to talk. Like, her and Thumper them way closer than I am with Thumper. I'm closer to Thumper because I'm friends with her sister. And I don't know why she went and talked.
Do you know of anyone else who was standing out there that would have seen Sosa and all that?
Like I said, I'm not. I don't,
Not from around. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
don't
you're not
know.
sure who all's-
Yeah, I'm not from this side of town. I ain't go to school with nobody over here. You know what I'm saying? I know Dredre and Quail because they from uptown.
Yeah.
They from Colorado initially. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know them two good. But oh my God, you have a picture of me?
I do.
God. I haven't gotten in trouble. Can you put the last time on here that we met so I'm gonna be a little bit late to my interview, but it's gonna be okay. But not interview, but my workout thing. But
Your workout thing?
well, they want you to lift a pallet and
Oh, yeah, they want to kind
make
of
sure
like
you can lift
that.
the weight and stuff. Yeah, I gotta get this job. It's at hourly, $16 an hour. I need them. But I don't know why they in the top, but I don't know people by their name because the people, if I knew back there, everybody has changed. Younger kids out here, the kids that let me tap out their apartments out here. You know what I mean? To keep guests that I'm supposed to be here. Like,
Sort of like J-Bo?
yeah, another person that don't got nothing to do with them, but you letting folks just come in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Cause J-Bo was really, you know what I'm saying, like, y'all need to chill out, y'all need to stop, you know what I'm saying? J-Bo really was out there saying that they were confused of, you know what I'm saying, why Clarissa even been up J-Bo house before, and I was like, he was telling me, why you doing that? And I'm thinking, why you won't listen to somebody tell you something good for yourself? But, I don't know, I just stay from out there now. I tell them they gotta come to my house.
I don't blame you.
I'm not gonna be doing it.
Well, I think that's all I need. Is there anything else that you can think of that I need to know about? Think of anything else, you know how to get a hold of me.
Because all the boys was basically saying, they was pointing the finger at Clarissa. Like, that's how everybody thought, because everybody else that was out there was shooting stayed out there. You know what I mean? After the fact, you know what I mean? No one really just peeled out, but them two people, Sosa and
her.
the only people we didn't see afterwards.
Okay.
And then
Any idea what Sosa did with his gun?
I don't know, cause he didn't. I don't know, cause he didn't go J-Bo them way, because that's the way I shot through here, the apartments through there, and went straight up there. So Sosa had to leave out the neighborhood and go left. If he left, he went left. He didn't go right, up the hill when you come back down the big hill. He had to go out by the rent office way and down the hill.
Okay.
That's the way she had to go, because she didn't come up through that way, period. She didn't leave by her apartment way, because that's where I parked it, the dead end way.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't go that way, and she didn't go out the top way. So they had to go out by the way down there, because Social Car went out there, period.
Okay.
Once the shooting had started, I know that because I parked my car right back in front of Quay's house. And
his car was still there?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't there.
It
okay,
wasn't.
So
When I had to come out, we had to come out and get our shirt to apply pressure on Thumper. That car went out there, and Clarissa was nowhere to be found. Because at that time, I was ready to beat up somebody. I was livid. So I know they was not down there after that.
Okay.
Because the police came in.
Now, who is Sean? I hear Sean's name come up. Is that Goolsby?
Is it a boy?
I'm not sure. Someone saying Sean's apartment. Thought I heard you mention Sean.
See, Shonda is Neosha mama.
Okay.
Shonda Calhoun, I think.
Okay,
She's
so that's
the
who
mother.
you're referring to.
Yes, but Sean she staying at dead end, don't she?
I'm not sure.
I know a girl named Sean. She drive a green Honda. I don't know her. I know of her through my neighbor.
So she stays in that dead end area, kind of where Carissa stayed too.
The dead end where J-Bo stayed.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. Okay.
You know, I'm talking about the green Honda. That's the only girl I know. Only reason I know her is through this girl across the street, Strawberry. She watch her little girl sometimes.
Okay.
I know she drive a green Honda, but she's very quiet. She stay at her apartment though, so I don't know too much. Every time I see her, she quiet. I don't know her. Like I said, I'm not.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. If you think of anything else, give me a call, and I will say good luck on your
Do
your
they
job
got
test.
him on pre-medical?
Sosa?
Yeah.
I don't have him charged with any murder charges. I've yet to have anyone come forward and say he was shooting. I saw him out there with a gun. Seems like everyone in the community is scared of him.
So my thing about it, what about the videos and stuff like?
I don't have any videos of him with a gun.
And he
Not out there shooting. Now he puts videos out all the time of him with like guns on his trunk. I need, if there's people out there that saw Sosa with a gun and saw Sosa shooting,
But on
I
people's
need
side,
them
it's
to,
the people that's affiliated with her.
people affiliated with her have stepped forward and said she was shooting. So, I mean, like you said, right is right, wrong is wrong. If they want to reach out and tell me, I'm happy to listen to it. I would love to hear it.
I feel like I don't care if his gun was the shooting gun or not. I just like everyone. I don't care if it was like 6 guns, 8 guns. Everyone need to be charged. It was kids out there. This is a neighborhood. It's that.
Well, I mean, it sounds like what I'm hearing though is that the only person actually shooting at anybody though is Carissa.
Yeah.
Even with Sosa's name being brought into it, you yourself said you heard he's shooting in the air.
Yeah, they was shooting. I still think they should get
all the
charged.
guys over at J-Bo's place are shooting in the air. But there's only one person who has the audacity to point at the crowd and shoot at the crowd, and it's right after she just sounds like she made a bunch of threats to shoot him anyway.
Yeah, she
So
did.
I'm gonna walk up there with a gun, make threats to shoot everybody, walk back over here and turn around and shoot him.
Ain't nobody gonna be fucking on her big booty. She was saying that, walking just like this and saying that, and I was like, oh, honey, let me go, because I ain't got time before we can even get somewhere.
So, I mean, that's...
Because you know your inner feeling telling you, like me, I got an inner feeling. I wasn't raised in the hood. My mom and dad was married.
So you're saying, hey, it was time to go.
It's time to go. It's time. It's a dead end already. I feel like like me, it's too long to get in and out this apartment to play. Yep. So I'm like, hey, let me go, and boom, God showed me, stay your ass at home, people.
Well, if you come across any, tell him, call me.
I mean,
he's
I
locked up.
tried to clear her. Like Juju, she's really been cooperating, because I know she probably gave you my information too.
Who?
Sandria.
Nope.
I called Juju. She's not cooperating.
She didn't give me your information.
Okay. I was like, Juju, how do you get my number? Because I know I did talk to the girl yesterday at Rainbow. She said you came up there and talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
I did talk to her, but sorry, just a glance. I got stick to so anything. But I can't remember anything. If I can, I'll let you know. But I know I seen Social out there because I remember his chain. He had no shirt on. So that's how I remember Social out there. He had a gold chain on, no shirt on, just flat it was. So I knew that he was down there. And I don't know who the other kids was, because they looked like kids to me. Like teenagers, someone 18, 17, not no more than 21. So I know they much.
But the person who likely shot you, from what I'm hearing, is Carissa Cooper.
Yeah. I'm facing this way. And when I was facing this way, my front door is open, so if the bullet came any way down that way, it would hit my door. Boom.
And I'd say, did it hit your car at all?
No, it didn't hit my car at all, because by the time I'm right here for the get to my boot, and when I got to my boot, then it hit me. It didn't hit my car though at all.
How many rounds do you think came towards you from down there?
I know where Claire them is. You could hear the trash can is right here. You heard ting, 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 like the bullets
We're hitting the trash can?
or bouncing off or grazing off something. All you heard was like, that's all you heard was a tinging noise, and I know I heard it.
I mean, how many shots though you think, if you had to guess?
And all, or just
No,
down
just
there?
coming from down there. The ones that hit
Both of them
you.
and all the different gangs. I mean, I can't even say. I really think it was over 100 rounds let out, period.
Well, I know out there total, yeah. But
It was?
I'm just thinking like playground area, when those first volley where you end up getting shot at, is it like a dozen or is it like 5, 6 shots?
It had to be over a dozen. I'm thinking probably 20. Because it was different guns down there. I don't know how many they hold a clip, but I know they emptied them motherfuckers.
Okay.
I don't know how many hold a clip, and then so many different sounds of gunshots. Pew, boom, bow. You know what I'm saying? It was so many different shots. I don't know. Because I didn't even think they were shooting in 2 different places. So I seen, the boys up there you seen with this. I didn't know that it was 2 different shots. Like I said, I stopped immediately. This is what my car did. And I did look back, and I seen all of them on the corner. So I'm like, okay, maybe they get out the car. Like, hey, are y'all shooting? You know what I'm saying? By that time, it hit me. I see the man went quail, and all of them hit the ground, because then when all the it just started unloading. It just really started unloading. I mean, it was a lot of gunshots. Huh?
You think you're gonna die?
Yes, you did, because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I know what was going on at the time. I'm thinking the kids' fight was over. What's going on? Is it beefing? Like, we didn't know what was really going on until I seen that. And then I seen Carly sat down there. Then I was like, okay, Crack was never really outside the whole time. Even when her kids was out there fighting, we never seen her. We just seen the cousin Keisha Cooper. And then who was out there? And Keisha, she went out there. I think she went in the house. So when we came back, she went out there. But when I came back from the hospital, Keisha and them was still there.
So was Keisha standing out there with Carissa and all them?
Yes.
Okay. So that's Keisha Cooper?
Her cousin, because she the only one standing there with the children when the stuff went down.
She don't live out there, does she?
No, she stayed in Roller Ridge, I want to say. Because
Okay.
I stayed in Roller Ridge about 7 years ago, and she was out there then.
Okay.
See, that's why I got my child up out of there.
All right. Well, you go do your interview, okay? You'll do
So
great. I
much.
appreciate it.
Everything adds up together. And
Well, call me if you think of anything else, and try to convince these other folks. Sosa's in jail. He ain't getting out anytime soon, so
they need to come forward.
they ain't got to worry about him paying them back or nothing.
It's not even that. It's just the fact he ain't got enough of reputation of money to help, somebody get paid back. I just feel like that. And Thumper was a really good person. She barely was at home her damn self because of all everything that was going on out there. And she was a good mama. Like, you never hear her. She was talking shit. Somebody started fighting with somebody. You would never just hear that about her. So I just feel like they chasing the cloud justice for Thumper this and long live Thumper. Help catch this girl murder.
And don't forget that unborn baby.
Yeah, they want to like help catch this girl murder. Like, they're just crazy. Then she had her girl what she really wanted. I just feel like they need to come forward. Even when her sister or Quill, if this is somebody y'all care about, tell. I should be the only one saying, this is what's happening.
Motivate them and tell them to call me.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
I believe in you.
All right, thank you.
All right, see ya.
Ballistics testing proves that Carissa Cooper was the one who fired the shot that killed Oriel. At trial, Cooper was convicted of malice murder and feticide. She was sentenced to life in prison.